hello, sneaks. Happy Halloween! It's actually like Hallows Eve, right? Because Halloween's tomorrow, but whatever. Immersion. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. She's alive. Yes. I'm here. How you guys doing? How you doing, Neil? Hello. Happy Halloween. I had to set up for a few minutes, but we're good now. I'm ready for anything. You guys ready for questionable ASMR night? I've seen other VTubers do this. Well, okay, not really, but I've seen other VTubers stream like spooky stories for Halloween, like scary stories, but I figured we'd do something similar, right? But it's like yaoi, you know? It's but it's fan fiction instead, okay? Just had some snacks ready for Halloweeny stream. Fuck yeah! Oh my god, have you been eating sweets? Something about Halloween, everyone loves sweets on Halloween, which makes sense. I mean, look at me, I'm like surrounded by sweets right now. But today, bro, I was offered so much candy, and I'm not like a child, I'm not like trick-or-treating or anything, but just going about my day. People were like, oh, Darcie, bucket of candy? Darcie, would you like a donut? I was offered donuts. I didn't have one, because I didn't feel like it, because I didn't want it, because I'm the Grinch, and I hate fun. But I had a few pieces of candy. It's crazy, I never really eat candy. And honestly, I don't like it that much, but since it was given to me today, I did have some. And bro, sour candy is a crazy experience. I had like some of those like sour straw type candies where they're like kind of gummy texture, but they have sour powder all over them. Crazy stuff. You don't think you've ever listened to scary Halloween stories? Only ironic scary stories? Dude, I mean, scary stories are out there. For sure. I know they are, because I'll hear 2 sentences of a scary story and I book it out of there. I guess I don't know how they go, because I don't know if I've ever sat fully through a scary story. I'm not strong enough. This is all I can handle. Halloween BL fanfic is all I can handle. I can only handle BAKUDEKU slime. I'm sorry. Hi man, welcome. Daisuchiwa. Yes, daisuchiwa. You guys dressed up? You guys dressing up tomorrow? Get ready, get hyped. I still haven't watched Coraline, but I'll do it. Maybe I'll try to watch it after stream. I don't know. Can you ask a side chat question before I start? Sure. We got time. All I really found was BAKUDEKU fanfiction. I'm gonna try and just read one story to start. I'm not sure how quickly I can read, you know, so we'll see. Maybe we can do a couple, but I'm just gonna start with one fanfiction. Is boys love the true horror? It can be. It can be anything you want it to be, really. That's the beauty of it. It's a magical world. Yeah. Do you edit your own YouTube shorts, Darcie? I do edit them myself. Yes. Well, I use like an editing program too, but a lot of them, yeah, I edit myself. Yerp. That reminds me, I have to edit more after this because I ran out. I scheduled them, like I'm trying to do them more often, so almost every day, but I ran out like yesterday, I think, so I gotta go back to the grind soon. Well, that's okay. No more work today. That's impressive. They're well done. Thank you. Well, like, okay, now I'm using one of those like auto auto caption softwares, you know what I mean? So I'm not manually, I used to be manually putting in my subtitles. Maybe that still counts as editing, not sure. But thank you, glad you guys like them. Hope it's not too spammy, but you're gonna have to live with it, cause I can't stop. I can't stop. Hi, Augustonian, welcome back. Hello, nice jacket, thank you, I'm a candy corn. I'm a candy corn. Is it a hot take to say I don't really like candy corn? Like eating it, I can only handle eating a few of them, I think, and then I'm tapped out. They're so sweet. So sweet. Yeah. Just noticed the candy corn jacket. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. I do actually really like this. I would wear this out. And in fact, I will. Min turns on entrepreneur mode. Oh my god, Min asking for my business email? I do have one, but it's strictly a business email, guys, okay? I think I do have it somewhere, but it is just Darcie Ruse at gmail.com. if you have a professional inquiry. You're a sugar fiend, but a lot of people think they're too sweet. For candy corn, right? That's totally fair. A lot of people like them. I think when I was younger, I used to like them a lot more. Like, I would pound them, bro. I would get a whole bag of them and eat them in one sitting as if it were popcorn. But now I can't do it anymore. I'm weak. You're strong and I'm weak. You hate them, Augustonian, dude, right? I don't know. They just have such a waxy, weird texture. It feels like I'm eating a crayon, like a sweet sugar crayon. Yeah. Turns on locomotive mode. What the fuck does that mean? Do you prefer chocolate or vanilla for Halloween? Oh, easy. I prefer chocolate pretty much always. Not just for Halloween, but in general, I fucking love chocolate. Yum, 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 yum. I mean, vanilla's alright. Vanilla's okay. But I have, you know, pretty intense chocolate cravings sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you like them, Augustonian. Oh, okay, I just can't read, my fault. Everyone but you hates them means you like them. Right. Okay, I can't read. Yeah, it's like satisfying your baby urge to eat crayons. That might be true. I could see that. It's like a sensory activity. Chewing on some erasers, basically. I want to drink some tea. Yeah, today I had the sour candy and I had, do you guys remember there's these lollipops that are like green apple flavored, but they're covered in caramel? And actually, guys, I'm not gonna lie, that lollipop slapped. It was so good. I think because I love caramel apples, where it's just like a normal green apple coated in caramel or chocolate drizzle or something, and like peanuts. Oh fuck, I fucked that shit up. I could eat so many caramel apples like every day. Okay, maybe not every day, but I love them. I think if anyone offered me a caramel apple like any day, I would eat one. They're so good. So those lollipops are like sort of reminiscent of a caramel apple, and that's why I liked it, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, I'm not so into lollipops. Like, yeah, I haven't had a lollipop in a long time either. You haven't had one forever, man. Me too. But I used to like them as like a like a style hack, as like a makeup hack when I was a kiddo, because it's kind of like free lip gloss, you know. If you get a red lollipop, your lips turn red, and it's kind of cute. And the same thing with like popsicles. Always pick the red popsicle because it gives you like a little bit of a lip gloss. Yeah. But yeah, man, you got the email right. Yes. The locomotives are back. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Well, trains are cool. Trains are fun. Trains are kind of spooky, I think. That's wild. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, not a lot of candy speaks to me. I don't know, I have to be in the mood for it. Like donuts, dude, I really gotta be in a mood for it. You never have green lollipops, by the way? You and your lips learned the hard way. Well, okay. Unless it's a green apple lollipop that's coated in caramel. Cause I'm like, fuck the rules. Fuck the consequences. It's so yummy. Yeah. It's crazy how long it takes you to lick a lollipop too. I was sucking that thing for like 40 minutes, I think, which is so long. I'm like, damn. People do this for fun. People do this for. I feel like it's more like yeah, just something to do, just stimulate, like chewing gum, you know? Like you're not chewing gum really for the flavor, you're just doing it to chew, in my opinion. So I feel like lollipop is the same thing. I do have to brush my teeth so bad though, because me and my teeth are no good. We're no good with sugar. We cannot handle it. So I have to take precautions. Be safe out there. I don't know how baby Darcie used to have her fucking pillowcase full of candy. If I have like 3 candies, I feel like I'm gonna get a cavity now. So, you know, stay safe out there, sneaks. Stay safe. It's spooky. The cavities are so scary. The biggest horror of all. It's the cavities. It is. So, anyway, you guys ready for some BAKUDEKU fanfiction? I think My Hero Academia is coming out with its last season soon, right? Like it might be today. Wait, when is it coming out? Let me check. Is it season 8? I know it's really soon. Oh no, okay, wait. Maybe it already premiered, but is it airing now? I think it's airing now. Yeah, okay, wait. So, oh shit, I gotta watch that. Guys, My Hero Academia Season 4 is airing now. Season 8? Jesus, what am I saying? I did not get enough sleep last night, guys. Penguin, hi! Thank you so much for 17 months sub, Pog! Boo! Oh, you scared me. You got me. My brain's all mixed up. I'm so tired, probably, you guys. I went to sleep so late last night. It's actually really bad. I slept like 6 hours. I slept like 6 hours because I was reading Yaoi. Oh god, I'm literally scum, but I was reading some BL novels up into the wee hours of the night, and I should not be doing that anymore. It's so bad for me, but I can't stop. I can't stop. It's just so fun, guys. So now I'm gonna share that joy with you by reading fanfiction together. Season 8, episode 3 sits rent free in your head. What happens in season 8, episode 3? Damn. Okay, fuck. That's exciting. You know, guys, I never finished season 7 of My Hero, which is kind of embarrassing. I got really far. The thing is, I'm watching the English dub because I like to multitask while I'm watching my anime. So I was watching the English dub, and then I got caught up to the episodes. They were mid-epic battle, basically. Towards the end, I think I might only have like 2 episodes left. And then it was still airing and the dub wasn't out yet. So I stopped binging it, and then I just never went back to finish it. But, oh god, someone get mad at me. Like, someone tell me that I need to... that I need to go back and finish it, because I'm so bad at that type of thing, seriously. If I can't binge it, it doesn't happen at all. I just won't finish my content ever. But I have to go back because I want to watch season 8. I want to go back to my Kachan and Deku, you know? I have content to get to. Yeah. The thing, I got it mixed up with, have you guys seen My Little... Is it My Little Witch? Little Witch Academia? Little Witch? Yeah, Little Witch Academia? Because that's more Halloween related, sort of, because it's the witches vibes. Little Witch Academia is really, really cute. That anime is really awesome, guys. It's so good. I really recommend it. It's got wholesome scenes and some romance and really, really, really good art. Fun little quirky things going on all the time. That one's crazy. If you're looking for a show to watch, hi Teddy, Darcie Ruse. Yeah, that's me. That's me. You remember that meme that's like, I watch the anime, read the manga so I can understand the doujins? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Me too. That is me. That's kind of like the philosophy I live by. Genuinely, there's so many things, like so many animes that I have not finished. And I'll be reading fan fictions. I'll read so many. I'll read like 50 fan fictions of that pairing. I don't even know their like canon ending. It's so bad. It's so bad. But at this point, like I'm just being I'm just being true to myself, you know? What makes me happy in the end is the fan fiction. So whatever works, I think. Whatever works. Yeah. You need to apply that logic. You can't fully appreciate the BL if you don't finish the source material. Exactly, yeah. So I do think out of you know, a dedication to the arts, I should go back and finish it, but it's fine. Sailor Venus, what the fuck? Don't say that. Don't turn around. Someone was trying to break into the room. What? What? No. What? Nothing's there. See, guys, nothing's happening behind me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's totally chill. It's totally chill. People without magic in a magic world is one of your favorite genres. Yeah, so fun. I do like that. I mean, honestly, bro, I feel like you could say that My Hero Academia is that genre also, because what is Izuku got going for him, right? He doesn't have a lot happening for a while. He technically does, but not really, and he starts as not having a power, so it's pretty base. It's like the underdog who rises to the top. Always love that shit. Hi baby hawks, welcome. Yes, scare Darcie. No, guys, please, no, please. It's like, I'm so glad I don't have sound toggles or something. Some streamers do that, where you can toggle like jump scares and stuff. If I did that, I think I would quit streaming, because that sounds so bad. I think it would throw me off my game so hard. If you guys like had the ability to scare me, I would get scared. Low-key, just me looking at myself in this room is kind of freaking me out. Like I'm looking at my stream preview and I'm like, it's kind of dark in here, guys. What the fuck is moving in behind me? I can't. Ooh, look out, it's the IRS. No, stop. Oh my god, speaking of the well, maybe I shouldn't speak about the IRS, but I had to do some annoying shit recently, you guys. Did you guys know streamers pay taxes? So much to think about. Even just if you're just an anime girl. Even anime girls gotta go to the IRS, yeah. What are you doing right now? Well, it's Halloween, so we're about to read some questionably spooky boys love yaoi BAKUDEKU Halloween fan fiction for the vibes. But right now we're just chatting for a sec, catching up on everyone's spook. Dude, is anyone going to like a horror nights type thing, like a scare nights, where people dress up in costumes and chase you around an amusement park and everything looks awful? I've only been to one of those one time, and it was actually so terrifying. They have individual rooms with different themes, and you line up for the rooms, and it's like an amusement park, right? And then you go in, there's a setup, people are dressed as monsters, and there's tortured dying people on like experiment tables, and guys run around chainsaws, and the lights are flickering. Fucking shit, it's so scary. And I literally only have maybe 2 memories of that night because I closed my eyes and just screamed at the top of my lungs the entire time, and like held onto the back of one of my friend's shirts. I don't even know like who I was holding on to, just anyone anyone in the vicinity, because I can't fucking handle this shit. I can't handle it. It's so scary, dude. You might get dragged to one tomorrow, Neil. Oh god, good luck. Stay strong, Sneak. You got this. Hi, Easy. Welcome. You went to a haunted house 2 weeks ago? Same shit. I mean, maybe that's a little easier to handle. Even haunted houses, I'm a little... I don't know, man. I don't know. I was invited to one this year, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I said no. I said no, fuck you. I'm protecting my peace. Cause you guys don't want me at a haunted house. I would piss on the floor. You guys want to step in piss? I don't think so. And I'm very annoying to be around because I'm screaming so much you probably can't enjoy the event fully, right? I'm like distracting you from the scary things because I'm screaming. It's so scary. That type of thing's so scary. Not a horror lover, but you're okay with it? Yeah, I do kind of like horror games a little bit. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Maybe next year I'll do another horror event in real life, but for now we got BAKUDEKU, and that's okay. You worked behind the scenes in theater? Ah, wait. So you're like in a horror nights? You can't get immersed in a haunted house? You know what? That kind of makes sense. Maybe I should start working in a haunted house to overcome my fear of haunted houses, right? Face my fears by going directly to the source of the problem. The root of the cause. That's actually kind of like 5 brain. That's kind of like big brain. I think that could work. If I start working a haunted house, yeah, if you can't beat them, join them. Exactly. And like what you fear, if you understand it, and then you're not afraid of it anymore, right? My therapist told me that. But yeah, I feel like if I saw that it's just fake blood, I mean, I know it's fake blood. I obviously know that in the haunted house it's not real. But it just gets you, the brain worms, bro. It's scary in there. It's so scary. You're like horror media, but not jump scare stuff? Okay, actually, I agree with that. I like atmospheric horror, like story-based horror, where it's kind of subtle and just like ominous. But jump scares, fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm good. I'm so good. Dude, I actually did go to like a Halloween party type thing recently, and I saw someone in a humongous realistic Freddy Fazbear suit. I think it was them anyway. It was one of the animatronics. They were in like this full suit walking around, and it looked so scary. I could not look at them. I would literally turn away. I'd be like, all right guys, let's walk the other direction. I don't want to address that. That's so scary. I'm not ready to address that in real life. I can't even play the fucking game, guys, so let's go. Yeah, spooky, very spooky. But honestly, really impressive that someone was able to make that as a costume. I've seen different people do like any giant costume that you're on stilts or some shit in a giant suit. You're like a robot or a monster or animatronics. So crazy. So crazy. Yeah, it sounds awesome and terrifying. Exactly, it was, but I'm just saying I couldn't even handle that, and that I wasn't even in a scary place, you know? If I was surrounded by several people in scary suits, I would pass out. Yeah, I would pass out. But actually, I remembered when I was in maybe middle school or something, we actually did have a haunted house. Sort of. It was like a really lame haunted room that nobody was scared of. Which is why I was able to do it, but it was more of like an immersive experience. It was very DIY, like very not good. But the haunted house was literally, we put out like a cold bowl of spaghetti and we'd put someone's hand in it and be like, "You're touching brains right now." And maybe we'd like spill water on them or something and be like, "The blood is dripping from the ceiling." And that was it. Like there were no people dressed up. It was just like a stop A, kind of like an interactive museum type thing. But that was funny. I did like that. But even that, bro, by myself in the dark was a little scary. Even though I was like, obviously this is spaghetti. And I love spaghetti. I had spaghetti yesterday, guys. I had spaghetti. That's one of my favorite food, guys. If you don't know this about me, I really love spaghetti. And I had it a new way. Quick topic change. I made spaghetti squash. That's the squash that kind of breaks up into little noodles. And instead of spaghetti noodles, I use that. And I just put spaghetti sauce on top with like little meat chunks. And it was so good, bro. It was so fucking yummy. God. So really nice, really nice pasta-less pasta. I think I want to try and eat that more often. I love new methods of spaghetti. I'll eat it all. You do a lot of escape rooms, and your favorite horror was like spoopy rather than scary. Yeah. Spoopy with some, it's like quirky, artful, I think is better too. Better for the heart anyway, yeah. One time your brother put on one of those masks with red LEDs in the mask and stood in the hallway in the Halloween. No, fuck that. Get a new brother. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's scary, dude. That's scary. I'm so glad my family never tried to like jump scare me like that. It would be so over. Except maybe that would make me a stronger person if I grew up with something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I get spaghetti squash, gluten-free, low-carb option. Yeah, it is both of those things. It's yummy. It's good as like a late-night snack, I think. Because I ate it at like midnight. And I feel like at midnight, you don't always want to eat a giant plate of spaghetti. But sometimes you still have that unavoidable hankering for spaghetti that's unavoidable, right? So it's a good solution. Yeah. Hi, Bob. Hello. Hi. What do you think of the new spaghetti song? Is there a new spaghetti song? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I didn't know there was an old spaghetti song. Is this a new genre of music I need to learn about? I'm interested. I'm intrigued. Alright guys, should we get into the meat of it? Should we get into the BAKUDEKU slime time? To celebrate season 8 of BAKUDEKU, let's read a BAKUDEKU Halloween fanfiction. Hell yeah! I picked one out. This one's called Fangs, and it's yeah, some sort of My Hero Academia Halloween BAKUDEKU yaoi situation. I'm very excited. I'm a filthy, scummy Fujoshi, and this is what brings me joy. Oh, Spaghetti Song's K-pop? Oh my god, I'll have to listen to it later. Who's it by? Alright, the summary is... Okay, wait, I can't take it seriously. It's just us. You don't need to put up the act. You reek of werewolf. No way I wouldn't know. Izuku looked up at Katsuki, amused. What? Wait, I have to practice my voices. What? I? You? Katsuki pointed at Izuku accusingly, still shocked. The fuck do you mean I reek of werewolf? I smell totally normal, asshole. Katsuki burst forward. Wait, this is just the summary.
Yeah, maybe to a human. You should have known I can smell you. It's not like our kinds are friends. It's like an evolutionary thing.
Izuku cocked an eyebrow.
The fuck do you mean, kinds? You're human too, stupid.
Katsuki burst back accusingly, even though he was beginning to be extremely doubtful of that statement.
Wait, you didn't know? No, what?
Katsuki hollered, confusion pooling in his guts.
I'm a vampire.
Cinema. Guys, oh boy, it's gonna be good. Okay, TLDR. Werewolf Katsuki and Vampire Izuku are forced to share a dorm at university. What will happen when fated foes become closer than anyone had ever predicted? Drama is what happens. Hi, Mocha. Hey! You used to read these all the time, bro. You used to read this? BAKUDEKU Halloween fanfictions? Because that's really specific, but I love that. Okay, I'm gonna skip the author's note, but we love you, author. Chapter 1, Fangs. And I believe this is only like 2 chapters, so not that serious. Katsuki was a normal 18-year-old boy. He loved playing the drums, mountain climbing, and anything superhero related. Honestly, I see that for Bakugo. Drums, getting some rage out. You wrote a BAKUDEKU Halloween fanfiction, Mocha? Wait, link it to me. Wait, I'll read it right now, Mocha. Wait, can you DM it to me? Okay, I won't read it on stream if you don't want me to. What's the rating? Girl, wait, oh my god. You share your fanfic and I'll share mine, please. But yeah, anyway, I love this shit too. I love this shit. He loved playing the drums, mountain climbing, and anything superhero related. He grew up in a normal neighborhood with a normal family and a normal experience. First kiss at 14, white picket fence type. Oh, okay. So he's like a loving family, which is lore accurate, I think. The only thing that may have set Katsuki apart ever so slightly was that he was not at all what he seemed. No matter how many normal days of his life he had, he couldn't escape what he was. A werewolf! Fuck yeah! To be honest, Katsuki didn't want to escape being a werewolf. Nothing about it irked him in the slightest. Oh no, the curse of super strength, awesome towering height and speed. What on earth should he do? No matter how much Katsuki wanted to display his awesomeness from the rooftops, his powers, his beauty, he knew it was a bad idea. Yeah, he thought it was pretty awesome. Puny humans, on the other hand, if his parents taught him one thing, it was that they did not take kindly to differences. So, Katsuki was prepared to settle into a human disguise, keep up the white picket fence type of life his parents had fought so hard to gain. He played hard, worked harder, saved up money and good grades in his teens, pushing himself into the country's top university, UA! He was determined to be the best fake fucking human the world ever had the pleasure of seeing. I love it. Now, as Katsuki looked at the open door of his dorm room decorated by his own name, he knew there may be one obstacle to his ultimate dream of being a totally normal human. A dorm mate. A pale boy looked up at Katsuki with swirling viridian eyes that seemed to take up the majority of his face. His dark curly hair hung wistfully out from his head, curling down over his forehead. Oh my god, wait, they make him so cute sounding. A straight up lemon. You don't know how the citrus scale works? Do you guys remember the citrus scale? Oh shit. Yeah. If you're an OG fanfic consumer, this is a real thing. There's lemon, limes, and then I think oranges. I want to say it's basically a rating of PG to like filthy nasty smut. And a lemon is filthy nasty smut. But then I think lime, oh shit, lime might be one below. I honestly don't remember because all I ever read was lemon. I'm not gonna lie. Any other citrus, I was like, that's useless to me. Yeah. I know, Viridian's such a unique word. I low-key have heard it in other Bakudeku fanfics though. Like, this is a common adjective for Izuku. His face had a boyish charm, baby fat still clinging to his soft-looking cheeks, littered with freckles. Through his baggy shirt and frankly awful fashion sense, Katsuki could sense a jacked body, rippling muscles on his arms that branched down into broad, attractive hands. Damn. If Katsuki was totally honest with himself, the boy was almost hauntingly beautiful. I love how he's like so down bad already. The boy looked up at Katsuki, mouth agape for a few moments before he clamped it shut with a pop. Katsuki smirked to himself. He tended to have that effect on people. Yeah, me too. Ah, you must be Bakugo, the boy said excitedly, forcing an awkward smile to lift his face. Oh my gosh, Mocha DM'd me. Wait, Mocha, would you mind if I glanced at this on stream, or should I look at it privately? Like, just let me know. Either way, baby girl. But I'll read this Bakudeku first. Katsuki rolled his eyes, still looking down at the boy with the bright, burning eyes. You sent it to me, had to put it on your Mocha email so you didn't dox yourself? Oh my god. That's so based. That's so based. You wrote this a long time ago. I believe you. I think, yeah, fanfic is a lifelong journey, yeah. I can read it. Fuck yeah! Okay. Wait. wait. Oh my god, wait, how long is this? What's that? I just want to get the gist of it. Guys, quick pivot to Mocha's fanfiction. Oh my god. Wait, who's the pairing? Kirishima Bakugo. Yes. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god. Guys, should we just read this one? Oh my god, wait, that's so fun. Okay. Let me read. Oh god, now I'm opening like 500 tabs of fan fiction. Let's do the Bakudeku first. And then if I have time, we can read some of Mocha's. I'm excited. Either way, I'll be reading it. I will be reading it. I love how excited you are. Yeah, bro. I don't know that many freaks like me, you know. I'll send you ones that I've written later. I have. I'll dox myself to you later. Yeah. My fanfics I will not be sharing on stream because they're humiliating. The ones that I've written. So that's between me, myself, and I, and maybe Mocha. Okay. Anyway, Bakudeku. Katsuki rolled his eyes, still looking down at the boy with bright, burning eyes. The one and only. You're... Katsuki looks over at the name tags on the dark brown wooden door of their room. Deku Midoriya? Wow, that's unfortunate. He huffed, unimpressed as he readjusted the duffel bags he was holding. The boy furrowed his eyebrows, peeking his head out to look at the name tag. It's Izuku, he said, annoyed. His lips forming into a pout that made Katsuki want to tease him until it was stuck there permanently. Nah, you look like a Deku. I'll stick with that. Katsuki huffed, amused with his own antics. Guys, I'm like gonna get a sore throat. I already feel it. Shared the fanfic. What's the point of making art if you won't release it? Guys, some things are sacred, okay? Some things are sacred. For me, fanfic is like my true, pure form of a hobby, okay? I do it for the thrill of the game. Because it pleases me, and no one else needs to know that. Whatever, the boy muttered out, saying something about Katsuki being an asshole under his breath.
Yeah, I'll ignore whatever the fuck you just muttered about me. You're the asshole, by the way. Can you fucking move? Your fat head is blocking the doorway.
Katsuki snarled out to Izuku. Something about the boy sparked a deep irritation within the pit of his stomach that threatened to eat him whole the longer he spoke to the boy. He smelled weird, too. Izuku sighed, crossing his arms as he stepped out of the way. Katsuki stepped into the room and...
Holy nerd, wet dream.
This is so funny. Hi there, Polar. How are you, Darcie? I'm thriving, thank you. Izuku's side of the room was entirely covered by posters and merchandise for various hero comics, most of which Katsuki recognized. Mostly All Might, who happened to be Katsuki's favorite as well. The thought that this guy had more merchandise than Katsuki made his blood boil momentarily, before he exhaled angrily through his nose and shook the feeling off.
Okay, you can stop staring. I'm a nerd, I know.
Izuku rolled his eyes, plopping down on his bed and typing something on his phone. Katsuki imagined he was already being dubbed the asshole roommate among this nerd's friends. If he even had any friends to begin with. Loser. This is so good.
Yeah, you really are. You even have the 20th anniversary figurine. There were only like 700 sold.
Katsuki spoke lowly, a growl escaping his throat in vague jealousy. Izuku's face lit up with hope before he immediately masked it, pushing his pretty features into submission. Into submission? What, like a dog? Like an omega? What's happening? Guys, yeah, my soul is really nourished right now, to be honest.
You're a fan?
Izuku spoke, his tone lighter than before.
I guess, yeah. Not that it's any of your fucking business. Not that kind of fan, though.
Katsuki motioned at Izuku's All Might themed bed sheets.
That's fucking nutty behavior!
I like Katsuki spoke as though he didn't have the same sheets until he was 15. I love this headcanon. I mean, this is true. This is fact that BAKUDEKU are both freaking nerds, right? Bakugo is just like chiller about it in real life. He's like shy about it, you know? Izuku rolled his eyes, going back to looking at whatever was on his phone, and the two were lulled into a tense silence as they shared the space. Katsuki began to unpack everything he needed. Putting up band posters, he carefully rolled and packed, laying out his orange and green bed sheets, unpacking his mountain climbing gear to store under his bed, and taking out leagues of attractive black clothing that hugged his figure. He was finally ready to start his university career and pointedly ignored the annoying beauty that was his roommate. Oh yeah. Normal. He was going to be so normal it would blow people's fucking eyes out. And that's me. That's my mantra every day too, to be honest. Normal Katsuki was. He went to every class on time, studied dutifully, went out to game nights on campus, prepped his meals every few nights, and continued his inconspicuous life for weeks. He'd even met some normal friends to hang out around with, introduced by another bubbly boy in his dorm, Kirishima, who quickly became his new workout partner. He was living the life, simply blending in, yet something pulled at his nerves. His goddamn weird as fuck roommate! Katsuki knew how humans operated. They all kind of mobbed together, acted the same for fear of being different, yet this guy had to be the absolute strangest person he'd ever met. First of all, he was 90% sure the guy didn't sleep, since he only ever occasionally saw him studying in their dorm, and never sleeping. He was out at various classes all day, 2 of which he shared with Katsuki, came back for maybe 2 hours of homework every few nights, and then was entirely gone again until the early hours of the morning. Yeah, he's getting out nerded right now, guys. Workout partners or lovers! Guys, pro tags that work out together stay together. Either he was a drug dealer getting his dick wet every night, which Katsuki doubted. Yeah, why the fuck would you think that at all about my boy Izuku? Look at him, what? Or working straight through the clock. He had never once seen the boy get a wink of sleep, unlike Katsuki, who needed around 8 hours a night to even function. He'd even tried to stay up late into the night one night to check if the guy slept when he got home, but ended up falling asleep around 2 in the morning anyways. 2 in the morning is low-key weak. Like, guys, on a weekend, I'm up like 4 a.m., guys. Not that that's a flex. That's bad for you, actually. But I'm just saying, 2 is easy work. Oh my god, they're getting all sweaty at the gym.
I love that shit.
Second of all, the guy had the absolute weirdest fashion sense Katsuki had ever seen. Yes, his clothes were nerdy, but that wasn't the issue. The first few weeks of university were usually hot, being early September and all, yet the boy would not take off his long sleeves, even in the blistering summer sun. When Katsuki had caught sight of the boy out in the daylight, he'd always seen him with a baseball cap, long sleeves, long pants, and big dark sunglasses. Sometimes even a face mask, even though he knew the boy wasn't sick. I almost forgot this was a vampire universe. I was like, what? What's going on? Yeah, maybe he started looking out for the boy purposely on his routes to class to catch him on especially sunny days and mentally log his lack of skin exposure, but he wouldn't admit that. Katsuki tried to ignore it by guessing the boy was just super sensitive to the sun, but this just seemed excessive. Some people are like that, like I think sun allergy is real. Thirdly, Katsuki was probably 90% sure the guy didn't eat, ever. Katsuki would see food in the communal kitchen fridge that belonged to other members of the dorm, labeled with their names or even their snacks in the cupboard. He hadn't seen it for Deku once. Yeah, that could maybe be excused by him never labeling anything at all, but no, even when the boy had food in front of him, he still didn't eat it. It drove Katsuki insane. He'd once watched him just hold a sandwich while studying for like 45 minutes. He had to physically leave the room from how fucking insufferable it was to see him not eat. You also log a lack of skin exposure? You have a journal? My girl's a vampire hunter in real life. Hi, MD, welcome. You're new, welcome. He never saw Deku eat anything out either. No food scraps in the garbage of their dorm from anything he'd bought. Never stumbled across him eating anything on campus. Even when Deku was hanging out with other people and they were eating, the boy remained completely indifferent towards food. Yeah, low-key, that is kind of sus. I feel like shouldn't you just eat to pretend you eat food, right? To like fit in? Shouldn't you just like cover the burger in blood and suck it up? Do vampires not do that? Katsuki couldn't excuse it as an eating disorder because the boy's body was the perfect balance between pudge, skinny, and muscle that would clearly take a particular diet to uphold. He had to eat at some point, Katsuki just couldn't imagine when. Katsuki was stumped. He didn't understand this boy at all. Humans were weird every so often. He'd seen counterculture ones, but nothing like this. None that defy the laws of basic humanity, and especially not one that was that goddamn handsome. Maybe it's like Tokyo Ghoul where it's disgusting. That's true. Also awesome anime. I love Tokyo Ghoul. I was thinking about rewatching it soon. He's getting so worked up about an uneaten sandwich. Yeah, right? I feel like your roommate, you don't see them like 24/7. I feel like you wouldn't see them eat that much, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's true. Maybe they can't digest the food. I think that's true, yeah. But still, I feel like you could fake it a little bit. Take a bite, spit it in a napkin or something. I don't know. Katsuki felt like he was going insane trying to decipher the boy and decided to let it drop for just one night for his own sanity. Of course, that was one of the nights Izuku actually did come back to their dorm in the late hours, sitting down at his desk without a word and pulling out some nerdy-ass homework. At least this time he didn't have a stupid uneaten sandwich. Katsuki was also working intensely at his desk, almost done with his chem lab summary, and too focused to actually obsess over the strange boy sitting a few feet away from him. Tension hung in the air, as it always did between them, but it was particularly stagnant that night. Katsuki felt the hair on his neck prickle, and turned around to look at Izuku, who was already staring at Katsuki intensely. Katsuki almost flinched at the vibrant green piercing through him.
Jesus, don't fucking stare at me like that.
Katsuki growled, trying to dull his surprised beating heart.
Creepy as shit,
he muttered.
Sorry,
Izuku said, though his mind was clearly somewhere else. He bit his lip and Katsuki began to turn back towards his homework, his swivel chair creaking lightly under him. Wait, the boy spoke, stopping Katsuki's movement in its tracks.
Oh my fucking god, what?
Katsuki groaned. This Bakugo voice is not good for my throat, you guys. It's okay, I just gotta lock in, I'll get used to it. Katsuki groaned, dragging his hand across his face.
This stupid lab is due tomorrow. Spit it the fuck out, Deku.
He narrowed his eyes at the strangely nervous boy. The boy started, hands fidgeting in his lap. So this might be kind of personal. Izuku spoke, dancing around the topic. Katsuki was about to scream.
The moon?
Izuku pointed behind him at the window near his desk, the bright white moon glowing and near full. Katsuki felt his stomach drop.
Shit, is it already almost that time? Fuck.
How's that gonna work for you? I mean, I don't know anything about that situation for you guys, so... Katsuki cut Izuku off abruptly, sweat beating on his body and heart thumping in his ears.
The fuck are you talking about?
He spoke, voice shaking. There's no way. You know, the whole... Izuku motioned with his hands before giving up from Katsuki's confused face. Izuku's voice dropped to a whisper and he leaned forward in his chair.
The full moon werewolf thing. I mean, is that a trope or do you guys actually turn?
Katsuki's jaw would have hit the floor if he opened his mouth any wider. His hands were shaking and his heart almost drowned out the sound of Izuku speaking. His thoughts ran wild in his head, all jumbling together and releasing a very sophisticated response.
The fuck?
Katsuki shot up from his chair, backing up against the wall out of the dorm room. Izuku stayed seated, eyeing the blonde in confusion.
The fuck are you on about?
Katsuki's jaw tensed. I kinda love this.
How does this stupid fucking weird human know about me? How does he even know we exist? Holy fucking shit, who else knows? What the fuck?
Whoa, sorry, is it a touchy stereotype? I didn't know. I mean, I've never met another werewolf. Izuku shrugged, sitting back in his chair. Katsuki took a deep breath, pushing his hair back and letting it fall over his eyes again. Okay, fucking breathe.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Katsuki gritted out. Izuku huffed a laugh. It's just us. You don't need to put up the act. You reek of werewolf. No way I wouldn't know. Izuku looked up at Katsuki, amused.
What? You?
Katsuki pointed at Izuku accusingly, still shocked.
The fuck do you mean I reek of werewolf? I smell totally normal, asshole.
Katsuki burst forward. Yeah, why is he yelling every sentence? He's just very passionate, guys. It's who he is. He can't help it. Yeah, maybe to a human. You should have known I can smell you. It's not like our kinds are friends. It's like an evolutionary thing. Izuku cocked an eyebrow.
The fuck do you mean, kind? You're a human too, stupid!
Katsuki burst back accusingly, even though he was beginning to be extremely doubtful of that statement.
Yeah, he's been smelling him! Oh my god. Lewd. Smelling Kachan? Damn, what does he smell like?
I've read, okay, this is TMI. I've read Omega verses between them, and I feel like they usually make Katsuki have a very earthy smell, you know, like wood, like fire. I mean, obviously they do fire, or like, yeah, burning wood, charcoal type shit.
And they'll be like, Izuku smells like the forest, like pine trees, like flowers.
Yeah. just to make this a 4D experience so you guys can imagine the smell. Izuku's eyebrows furrowed in confusion, his lips pulling down in a frown.
What?
Izuku asked, confused.
You're a fucking human!
Katsuki spoke, a slight questioning tone tilting his words. Izuku's face was blank. Things seemed to click behind his eyes before he looked up, utterly confused at Katsuki.
Wait, you didn't know?
No, what? Katsuki hollered, confusion pooling in his guts.
I'm a vampire.
Oh! The big freaking reveal. I kind of love that. They're like doomed lovers, guys. Doomed enemies. It was so silly. Silence coated the room for what seemed like eons. I feel like vampires having a strong sense of smell. Maybe that's real. I was gonna say, like, how would they know? How would he know he smells like a vampire? But I guess they're like sensitive to garlic and stuff. So they could probably smell like wet dog. Yeah. Say it out loud. What are you? Say it. Katsuki's brain lagged behind, eyes still staring blankly at Izuku's face. Sure, Katsuki had heard of vampires from his parents. They're sworn natural enemies, disgusting creatures of the night who seek to harm perfectly good humans. Yet Katsuki had never had the displeasure of actually having to meet one. Everything started adding up to Katsuki. The strange behavior, the boys' dislike for him, and their general tension. No wonder he hated this guy from the moment he saw his annoyingly beautiful face.
Holy fucking shit!
Katsuki spoke out. Oh, quieter than Izuku had ever heard him? My bad, okay.
Holy fucking shit.
Katsuki spoke.
Yeah, I know. This living situation sucks, no pun intended.
Izuku looked over at the wall as if it were the most interesting thing he'd ever seen.
Wow, that actually makes so much more fucking sense.
Katsuki sighed.
You made for a weird-ass human.
Katsuki huffed out a laugh.
I can't believe you couldn't smell it on me. That makes sense as to why you were so casual about it when we met.
Izuku frowned.
I think I could. You kind of smell like leather.
Katsuki wrinkled his nose.
Not in a good way.
Leather? Leather? Huh?
You smell like a dog.
Izuku stared blankly. Katsuki was stunned, a look of absolute audacity painting his features.
I'm gonna fucking murder you! I don't smell like a dog, you bitch!
Katsuki stalked over to Izuku, who quickly stood up out of his chair and backed away from Katsuki.
Hey, it's biology. Don't blame me. We're hardwired to hate each other.
Izuku appeared to be thinking of something for a moment before his face looked pissed.
Wait, if you didn't know I was a vampire, why are you such a colossal dick to me?
He questioned, his plump lips pulling into a pout.
Oh, I just don't like you.
Katsuki spoke matter-of-factly.
You fucking piss me off,
he shrugged. Izuku's face was crumpled in disdain.
That's an awful reason, he shouted.
Wow, I didn't want to be like werewolf racist, but man, I hate you too, Izuku huffed.
Good, it's better when it's mutual.
Katsuki plopped down on his bed, his brain still reeling from the information, yet feeling satisfied at the conclusion to his aching confusion towards Izuku's strange habits. Silence filled the room again, and Katsuki's mind drifted back to the haunting moon.
When's the full moon?
Katsuki asked, breaking the deathly quiet of their small shared space.
Tuesday, Izuku spoke. Shit.
Only 5 days away. Katsuki couldn't make it home that day. He would have to ride it out on campus.
Why? What happens?
Izuku couldn't hide his curiosity, turning to look at Katsuki's sprawled figure on his respective bed. His eyes traced the blonde's figure with his large muscles, tiny waist, and dark eyes, pulling Izuku in. I like that they mentioned his tiny little slutty waist. I looked at my enemy's tiny slutty waist, pulling me in.
What? Wanna get to know me, nerd?
Damn, what? Wait, what's happening? Katsuki teased, a light smirk gracing his features.
No, I wanna know if you're gonna go ballistic and, like, start killing people in the street.
Izuku spoke truthfully.
Wow, now that's werewolf racism,
Katsuki joked before sitting up quickly, ruffling his hair and looking at Izuku.
It's nothing like that. Shit just gets weird,
he warned, voice low and gravelly.
It's like I get really horny.
Weird? Izuku gulped, feeling himself being pulled into Katsuki's vibrant eyes.
Have you ever talked to someone on opioids? All giggly, slurring and shit, kinda drunk, slow and happy?
Wait, what? He doesn't even become a wolf? What do you mean? What do you mean? He just gets kinda silly? Wait, that's an awesome curse. The full moon just makes you kinda silly?
I guess it's like that, but I'm also jacked on steroids, and then it makes me irritable as shit, and strong as shit.
Katsuki crossed his arms, leaning back against the wall, against his bed.
I'm like a fucking bomb!
Katsuki sighed, annoyed.
Just intensely feeling every emotion, I mean. If that emotion did happen to be murderous rage, that wouldn't be ideal, but I'm pretty fucking loopy under a full moon. Basically, I don't want you messing with my emotions and making me more fucking riled up than I need to be. So I'm gonna need you to fuck off that entire night. Don't come back till the sun's up.
Guys, I feel like my test is going up the more I speak as Bakugo. Katsuki had never even been around his own parents on a full moon. They each did their own thing, less rash decisions clouding their older minds, while Katsuki was kept in his room as he howled and destroyed what he needed to. Aww, baby. He'd gotten better at controlling it with age, but if there was one emotion he was nervous on with a full-on moon, it was rage. And boy, did Izuku make him want to freak! Oh god! Make him want to freak? Got it, I guess. Izuku looked focused, staring down at his hands. I cannot say what I'm thinking! Say it! Katsuki went to get back to work, sitting at his own desk before he was pulled towards Izuku by his own aching question. His own aching question?
So, you drink people's blood?
Katsuki spoke, still not facing Izuku.
Yeah.
Izuku murmured. I know, what kind of freak? Freak in the sheets or what?
You're worried about me killing people?
Katsuki huffed, annoyed.
I don't kill people. I only drink blood when it's okay with people.
Izuku looked appalled at Katsuki's assumption. Katsuki felt a vague amusement shake in his stomach from the boy's reaction.
It's a consensual thing,
Izuku cried.
Oh, it's like sex?
Katsuki deadpanned. Girl, what am I reading? Help, help, help.
Oh, no! Izuku's brows furrowed, his cheeks flushing. It's just eating. I mean, I guess it's intimate, but it's not like... You're the worst.
This is so silly. Izuku's voice trailed off, embarrassment lacing his tone.
What, so I can tell you my personal inner workings and you can't tell me yours? I knew it. I fucking hate you.
Katsuki spat out. Izuku stayed silent in embarrassment, and Katsuki went back to his chemistry homework. 20 minutes of his time perfectly wasted on an irritating conversation. He couldn't wait for these next 5 days to be over. Oh boy, what's gonna happen, guys? I can't imagine. Surely nothing's gonna go wrong during the full moon, right? Surely? If Katsuki had one thing to look forward to over the days leading up to the full moon, it was Saturday night's party. Katsuki had actually been invited by one of Kirishima's friends, who he personally suspected to be the manly boy's girlfriend. A loud, annoying, pink-haired girl that hung around Kirishima's gaggle of idiots that, coincidentally, hung around Katsuki. Come on, it'll be so fun. You need to get out of your shell. You're too uptight, Bakugo. The pink girl, Mina, whined, leaning dramatically onto Kirishima at their shared study table in the common room of their dorm.
Hate to say it, but I agree with her, bro. You never go out drinking with us. We miss you.
Kirishima smiled awkwardly, leaning back into their plush sofa. Yeah, you're hot too. Who's saying this? You're hot too. At least 5 people have asked me to introduce themselves to you. I can't even imagine the hotties you'd bag at a uni party. Denki, a ditzy yellow-haired boy, piped up. Jealous, he muttered under his breath, a smirk lighting up his words.
Oh my fucking god, I'm not going!
Katsuki hollered, fist clenching as he continued to write his study notes. Boo, loser! The black-haired boy sitting across from him, Seto, teased. Why can't you be like your roommate? He huffed a sigh. True, that guy's everywhere, Denki piped up, bumping shoulders with Seto. Mina, my love, yes! I know she's so cute, bro.
Huh? The fuck are you on about?
Katsuki growled, looking up from his paper in interest. He was still acutely annoyed by anything having to do with his roommate, and having been forced to listen to him rant about the pretty boy so many times, Katsuki's friends knew exactly what buttons to press. Well, I mean, he's just super cool. He's at every party on campus, and I'm pretty sure more we don't... Wait, what? And I'm pretty sure more we don't even know about. Literally everyone knows Midoriya. Bro's a party animal, piped up Mina, getting a slightly sour look from Kirishima as she praised another man.
Huh? So fucking what?
Katsuki spoke, his words becoming tense with curiosity at the other boy's double life. The Deku he knew was a quiet, annoying nerd who poorly hid his vampirism and got all of his homework done on time. Not a wild and interesting party animal. He forced himself to look back down at his paper, yet reread the same line about 6 times before giving up. Come on, just a little party. Aren't you interested in what we get up to out there in the nightlife? We'd love to have you there. Kirishima spoke boisterously, getting nods from everyone at the shared table. Was he seriously debating going to some stupid party just to spy on his roommate because he hated him so intensely it made him want to watch his every move? Yeah, he was.
Fucking okay, whatever, I'll go.
Katsuki groaned. His friends all shared a knowing look, having played the boy like a fiddle, and went back to their respective study sessions with a few excited whoops. Now, Katsuki stood in front of the full-length mirror in his dorm, homework fully finished, checking over his outfit. The cool fall air was beginning to blow in during the evenings now, with the sun going down earlier and the summer heat ebbing. Still, Katsuki had always had hot blood. Werewolf things. Hashtag werewolf things. You guys wouldn't understand. Kachan going Darcie mode. Yeah, dude. He's gotta go undercover. I understand. He wore a black, long-sleeve button-up rolled up to his forearms with most of the buttons undone down to the top of his abs. It hung delicately off his waist and was tucked into the black jeans, held up with a stylish silver buckled belt. He put in his small silver hoop earrings he barely wore, and damn, he looked good. The party had started around an hour ago, but it was only a 10 or so minute walk from his dorm, and he was determined to show up stylishly late. Not that he gave a fuck about this whole thing. He honestly didn't care if his stupid roommate saw him there. Not at all. He grabbed his phone and headed out, texting Kirishima that he was on his way. Bro, and they were roommates! Upon entering the grounds to the ancient-looking building, Katsuki could already hear the thumping music pounding through his ears. He saw litters of people hanging around outside, smoking each other's cigarettes, happily, drunkenly chatting, and generally bumming around. Katsuki bounded up the concrete stairs and into the building, escaping the cool bite of the nighttime air. He was immediately greeted with the music blowing out his sensitive ears, the thumping rhythm thrumming through his veins. What do we think's playing? Starships were meant to fly. Like a bakugo, turn into fucking smoke. Okay, the room was cast in a dim glow with bodies crowding the space, chatting and drinking, dancing, games of beer pong littered throughout the main area. Katsuki's towering height helped him peer over the hordes of sweaty, drunk students, and he stalked towards the edge of the dance floor before he was yanked to a stop. Baku bro! A tipsy Kirishima shouted out over the pounding music. You came! He smiled widely, holding onto Katsuki's arm. Oh my god, holding onto his arm.
Yeah, I fucking said I would!
Katsuki yelled back, the lights glaring into his eyes.
Come on, everyone's been looking for you.
Kirishima tugged his arm through the crowd of people, weaving through everyone with little excuse me's. They eventually made it out of the thick of the dance floor, the volume of people dissipating as they walked into another room that smelled so heavily of pot, Katsuki thought he might pass out. People were making out in the kitchen as they passed, around 4 couples pressed against the same island, covered in bottles. Katsuki rolled his eyes. They walked past the kitchen, and obnoxious hair colors caught Katsuki's eye immediately. His idiot friends, no doubt. Hey! They all yelled in unison as they spotted Katsuki. Bakugo, the man! You're here! Yelled Denki, slowly passing the bong over to Sarah, who took a heavy hit. Sorry, this image of My Hero Academia kids with a bong is like kind of really hilarious. The immersion break, bro.
It's you guys stinking the place up? Christ!
Katsuki rolled his eyes, a smile playing on his lips. No matter how much he didn't want to admit it, his friends really helped him get through the lonely parts of university life. Hey, don't knock it till you try it, Seto said in a choked voice, before smoothly exhaling a cloud of smoke from his hit. You want some? He offered the bong to Katsuki.
Nah, that shit fucks up your neuron pathways.
He would say that though, he has to stay in top game.
I'll get a drink, though. Those kill brain cells the old fucking fashioned way.
Katsuki spoke, walking over to the island with the couples making out and shoving them aside to pour himself a straight glass of whatever the fuck. He plopped down onto the couch beside his friends, immediately taking a gulp of his drink. Whoa, you drink that poison straight? Jesus, man. Mina spoke up, taking a drag from her fruity vape. I like how they add character, like giving everyone's drink of choice, everyone's substance of choice.
Yeah, you won't even see me drunk from this. I'm the anti-lightweight.
Katsuki joked lightheartedly. His werewolf metabolism made him able to digest many things humans couldn't. Oh, that's cheating. You're a werewolf, so you can drink a whole gallon of Fireball or whatever. Dude, wait, Fireball? Because he's Bakugo? Imagine, wait. Please let him drink Fireball. That shit is so gross, but like, it's on brand, guys. It's on brand. Katsuki could easily put away over 5,000 calories a day and not put on a pound. And he could slam alcohol like water. None of it mattered to his resilient body, and his height and weight helped to ease the effects of any poison. When all was said and done, Katsuki was made to consume. Okay. Why do they say it like that, bro? Made to consume. Man, I wish that was me, Kirishima whined. Manly. Denki giggled.
Yeah, Kitty is like 3 beers deep right now, so he's gone. Poor guy. Mina gently patted the boy's spiky hair and he leaned into her gentle touch. Katsuki kind of wondered if her long acrylics hurt Kitty's scalp, but figured it was dead from years of hairspray exposure. Honestly, that's so true. But Bakugo's hair is like also spiky, so I feel like he can't say that, right? It takes one to know one, man. Katsuki watched the moving bodies in the room across from them, the dim lighting making the world seem to move in slow motion. He sipped his sour drink and half listened to his friend's conversation, mostly staring up at the streamers on the ceiling. The streamers? It's like me, Darcie Ruse on the ceiling. He wondered where Izuku hung out at these parties. With the nerd that he knew, he pictured he was somewhere talking about fucking trading cards with his stupid nerd friends, but from what Katsuki's friends had told him, he didn't know the Deku that partied at all. Guy, are roommates like this? Do you just not talk to your roommates? Like, I feel like you would get to know them a little bit more. Like, hang out a little bit if you could, right? But I guess they're enemies. Bakugo's hair is naturally spiky. I guess so, all natural. He doesn't have to do shit. He's gifted. After a while of funny, high conversation with his friends, debates about what animal Cookie Monster is, and a crying session from Denki. Wait, what animal is Cookie Monster? That's a good question. Like a bear? I feel like he's like a big bear, or he's big, blue, and fuzzy. Yeah, I don't know what else he would be, really. So many bar type spaces for nerds, just having random streamers playing on the TV. Really? That would be so cute. I've never seen that. Like, yeah, instead of a sports bar, a VTuber bar. Please, that sounds awesome. I would love that. Wait, I need to go to those bars. That's something I've only imagined in my fantasies. Please. Katsuki stood up abruptly and began to walk out of the room, leaving his empty cup on the table in front of the sofa they sat on. Yo, is it dancing time? Kirishima piped up as he watched Katsuki saunter away. You fucking know it. Any more of your guys' stupid conversation, I'll explode from idiocy, Katsuki joked. Turning back to look at his friends. Any of you fuckers coming? He crossed his arm in challenge. Yeah, I am. Hold on, baby. Wait there. We're gonna murder the dance floor. Mina practically jumped out of her seat, adjusting her extremely mini skirt to go dance. Oh, Mina, I want to dance with you. Let's go. Kirishima followed, stumbling slightly as he swayed. You guys coming? He smiled back at Seta and Denki, who looked at each other and promptly sunk into the sofa. They were gone. Bruh, I don't think I can move. Give me a bit. Sarah spoke, a dopey smile directed at Kirishima. Okay, see y'all, said Mina, jogging after Katsuki into the swarm of moving bodies in the main area. Some exciting rap song played over the speakers, synths and kick drums sending waves of rhythm through Katsuki's ears. Yeah, soldier boys, when Superman, you. That's what he's hearing. The lights flashed overhead, lighting the room in a dim blue glow. Many people wore glow-in-the-dark bracelets, lighting up the people on the dance floor. Everyone grinded up against each other. Ew! Bodies swaying and smiles lighting up the room. Katsuki saw people shouting along to the music, hands in the air as they jumped, as he swayed along with them. Dancing with Kirishima and Mina, swaying his hips to the beat and letting his inhibitions fall for just a moment. Katsuki was, of course, an amazing dancer. He was good at everything he did, duh! The three of them danced for as long as they could, gyrating, swaying, twerking, hyping each other up, jumping to the rhythm, sweat pooling as the space heated up with the movement of everyone. Katsuki at some point did a keg stand that could have broken a record, people cheering in a circle around him as he decimated his own body for amusement. God, he hated the taste of beer. He hates the taste of beer and he did a keg stand. Bleh. Keg stands are crazy. Have you guys seen a keg stand in real life?
I've obviously never done one. You think I could do one? I think I gotta do a handstand first, but it's like you go upside down on the fucking keg of beer and you drink it. I don't know. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. People are crazy. Very, very college activity though. I feel like that's like specifically like a frat boy origin story, you know? Suddenly, as he was dancing to the beat, on his nth hour of intense movement, a body began moving with him. He looked down to see a beautiful girl. Katsuki kept moving with her, bodies staying together under the dim lights, before she pulled him aside. He followed out of curiosity as they stopped just outside of the dance floor, leaning against the crudely painted wall of the building interior. "Hi!" she yelled over the music.
Yo!
Katsuki spoke back gruffly.
You need something?
He questioned, looking to get back to dancing. "Yeah, I saw you doing the keg stand. You're hot as fuck, man." The girl spoke loudly again, her thick Valley Girl accent ringing out just slightly over the pounding house music. "Kami Utsumi," she held out her hand, a bright smile lighting up her face.
Bakugo!
Katsuki shook it, her small soft hand holding his intently. She shyly bit her plump lip and pushed her blonde hair behind her ear. "So, you wanna get out of here?" She spoke loudly over the music, a sultry flush spreading across her features as she stared up at Katsuki through hooded eyes. Katsuki opened his mouth to respond before the distinct smell of sweet leather clouded his senses, assaulting his nose. He immediately tore his eyes away from the gorgeous girl. Jogging up the stairs behind Kami, he saw the one and only Deku! Guys, it's happening. It's happening. Everything we've ever dreamed of. His face was flushed in an attractive tank top and leather pants. Oh, so he's just wearing leather? That hugged all the right curves and showed off expanses of pale skin Katsuki had never seen before. His hair looked a little more wild than usual, and his muscles rippled across his body impressively. Katsuki was immediately stunned into silence. He really didn't know this Deku. He also noticed the boy's hand was linked with another person's. What? He's with another man? This is fucked up. A taller boy with straight black hair and a simple cut. No way is it Ida. Katsuki didn't care to take in any features about him other than the fact that he and Deku were holding hands, going upstairs at a party together. What the fuck? Kami waved her hand in front of Katsuki's face, who must have been staring for a few moments too long behind her. I'm glad he was only wearing leather and we won't going into some sort of actual horror. Dude, I don't know. I mean, I think he also just smells like leather. I don't know.
Ah, shit. Sorry, what were you saying?
Katsuki spoke into her ear, eyes flickering between her and the stairs where Izuku just was. Do you wanna? She spoke again.
Oh, right, shit. I only mess with dudes. I'm gay as fuck. Thanks for the thought, though.
Katsuki smirked down at her before immediately letting his clouded judgment overtake him and jogging up the stairs onto the second floor of the old building, effectively stranding the blonde girl who shrugged and went back to the dance floor. Wait, is he like chaotically chasing Deku right now? Katsuki knew this was a bad idea. A colossally bad idea. He didn't even know what he was planning to find up here, having followed Izuku, but he had a bad feeling about it. His stomach churned at the thought that Izuku might be feeding right now. Oh, right, he's a vampire! And a bitter curiosity clouded his thoughts. At the very end of the hall, he saw a familiar pale hand close the door, a quiet slam drowned out by the music. Katsuki knew this was bad. He didn't care. Oh my god. Instead of, oh my god, you're a vampire, it's gonna be, oh my god, you're gay! The biggest twist of all time, bro. No, they're gay boys by default here. This is yaoi night. He stalked up to the door, standing outside and listening for any noises before ever so slightly cracking it to get a view. First thing he noticed was that behind the door was a very important looking office. Papers on a desk, very traditional looking, before the papers were promptly thrown off the desk and scattered across the floor of the room. The black-haired boy was pinned against the desk, and Katsuki saw what he would never forget. Izuku's lips were locked onto the plain boy's, moving diligently with intense experience. The fever left the black-haired boy groaning and whimpering into Izuku's mouth in the quiet of the room. They pushed and pulled into each other, the wet noises, oh my god, what am I saying? Reaching Katsuki's tuned-in ears as he washed through the door with a slack jaw. Izuku suddenly pulled away. Suddenly pulled away, pushing his forehead against the panting black-haired boy's. Can I? The black-haired boy nodded fervently, his Adam's apple bobbing as he swallowed his anticipation. Katsuki watched as Izuku opened his jaw widely, leaning down towards the boy's space between his shoulder and his neck. Oh, he is eating him. And his canine seemed to glint in the light of the room. Izuku sunk his teeth into the boy's neck, a trickle of blood trailing down his skin as Izuku sucked. Slurping noises and pained whimpers filled the room. Guys, this is lewd. This is nasty. Oh my god, we shouldn't be watching this. Like, Katsuki's a little pervert. Leave the room. Filled the room as Izuku drank, his skin seeming to glow while he ate. I know! No, it's not smut. Is it smut? Guys, it's allegedly this is rated T, so I don't think it's gonna get worse, guys. I don't think it's gonna get worse. I'm like a little stressed out, but I'm like glancing over to the full page, like, I think it's not gonna get crazier. Katsuki traced the profile of Izuku's face from his soft nose bridge to his fluttering dark eyelashes. I'm sweating. To his defined jaw and cheeks lined with adorable freckles. He watched the boy's throat bob as he drank, little satisfied noises escaping him as he sucked, knocking the wind out of Katsuki. Guys, this is scary. Katsuki felt his heart excitedly thumping in his ears and backed away from the door in shock. His eyes remained on the scene between the crack before he forced his gaze away and walked back down the hall filled with moans. He felt his face grow hot, replaying the seductive line of Izuku's jaw as he drank on repeat in his mind and swiftly ran down the stairs, through the dance floor and back out the front door, bursting into the night like a bat out of hell, his face hot and his mind racing. Dude, this is how I feel right now. I'm about to run away too. I know, true horror is TOS. I think it's okay, right? Like video games show kissing. Katsuki walked away from the party and into the crisp night air, his sweat making his button-up cling to his skin. He let out a large groan, echoing off the tall, ornate buildings surrounding him. Fuck! The rest of the weekend and Monday came and went in a flurry, Tuesday dawning on Katsuki in no time at all. He could barely focus in his classes, putting on his temples and bouncing his leg in stress all through the day. He was already feeling snappy, even cursing Denki out for getting a math problem wrong when he notoriously couldn't do math. He got strange looks from everyone, but simply played the not enough sleep card. Dude, me too, that's me today. I didn't get enough sleep at all, I'm so tired. They let it drop, but he didn't miss the concerned glances they shot him throughout the day. By the time he got back to his dorm, much earlier than usual, he was already feeling the effects. He could see better, hear better, feel better. From the dust particles in the room to the sound of people chatting multiple rooms over through the brick wall, Katsuki was already feeling overwhelmed. As the skies darkened and the moon shined lightly through the dawn curtains in his room, Katsuki felt his body shifting. Oh, it's happening, it's happening! His teeth moved uncomfortably in his mouth, growing long, sharp canines. His eyes felt as though they were being pressed into his head, as his normally round pupils turned into hypersensitive slits. He groaned as the painful process overtook his body, his blood hot and his skin constricted, writhing on his bed. He had been through the process of werewolf transformation many times in his life, yet it never felt easier. He had always astounded at his as his parents' casualty and control of the whole situation. He felt himself drooling, panting on the bed as he tried to cool his body, yet to no avail. He half-heartedly thought that it might have been a bad idea to stay in the room that smelled faintly of his roommate as the sickly sweet leathery smell overtook his senses. Katsuki grabbed his phone swiftly, putting on some casual, calm music to dull his senses. He puts on, our song is slam and scream doors, sneaking alley, tapping on your window when you're on the phone and he talks real slow. Yeah, that's what he plays. He lulled himself into a state of lessened irritation, simply feeling like he could snap at any time as he floated on cloud 9. His brain was foggy and his blood ran through him at 1,000,000 degrees. It may have looked like a fever, but he belatedly noticed that when he tried to grip his bed frame, he dented the entire thing. He hadn't tried in the slightest, and figured it was best to focus on better things for now. His thoughts drifted in a suspended state of pleasant nothings, focusing on the steady beating of his heart, tuning out the live, blood-filled animals skittering around outside his window, and reviewing physics notes in his head. Until his thoughts came crashing down on him. His ears picked up a sound so sweet he thought he might die, and so clear it immediately pushed him back into his body. He writhed, pushing himself up in his bed, doubling over as he forced his muscles to stay in place and not pounce. Wait, what is happening? Is he hungry? Like, does he want to eat Deku? Because he's a werewolf? Is it like the desire to kill Deku? Or like what's the emotion here? Deku was down the hall. He could hear him, smell him, feel him so clearly. It made him want to kill something. Okay, yeah, it makes him angry. Okay. What is that fucker doing here? He painted out, his sharp teeth warping in his words. Katsuki tuned into the boy's heartbeat as it neared, smelling that signature leathery smell that he hated so much, and prayed the boy would just leave him alone. Suddenly he heard keys turning in the door. That idiot! Don't fucking come in here, Deku! Katsuki growled, his voice barreling out in a deep groan. I'll kill you! He gritted out, a deep, pained groan resonating from him as he fought to not tear the door open and rip the pretty vampire to shreds. Katsuki, Izuku said quietly from outside the door. You alright? Katsuki could sense the boy's hand still in the door. Of course not! Leave! He snarled, digging his claws into the bedsheets as they tore beneath him. He could practically hear Deku thinking, I'm gonna come in. What a stupid bro! Come on. Do not go in, obviously. I'm gonna come in. I want to check on you. He heard the boy's unsteady breaths come in puffs while the door seemed to creak open in slow motion. Fuck off! Katsuki watched the door pause as light poked into the room. I hate you! Katsuki winced. Deku's heartbeat was so loud. Katsuki watched as Izuku attempted to open the door more, curiosity dictating the green-haired boy's movements. Katsuki immediately shot out of his bed, not being able to hold his body back anymore, and held an iron grip on the heavy door, half-heartedly pushing it closed on Deku. The boy's smell was intoxicating, filling up Katsuki's senses like a drug. He hated that smell. It made his skin feel too tight on his body, his hair too deep in his head. Yet now, as he stood so close to the boy, he wanted nothing more than to look into his deep, viridian eyes. Guys, fanfiction's awesome. I still can't tell if the vibe is he wants to kill him or like kiss him, but I think that's the point. Katsuki. Izuku pushed against the door, the sound of Katsuki's name rolling off of the annoying man's lips, sending shivers up his spine. Katsuki? Wait, yeah, what? Katsuki? Why is he saying it like that? Through clouded thoughts, Katsuki realized something was strange about the way the freckled beauty spoke. Hi, Soma. Hello. Welcome. He couldn't see him, but the man's heart was beating relentlessly in his chest. Katsuki was uncertain if Izuku could hear his heart also. Both of their voices wavered as they spoke, and curiosity clouded Katsuki's mind. He could only imagine ripping apart Izuku's throat while he took a deep breath to calm himself, but he persisted, a door separating them.
The fuck's up with you?
Katsuki growled. Izuku made a pained noise from his chest.
Oh, it's your blood.
Is he Why is he bleeding? What?
I can smell you outside of the dorms, you stupid werewolf.
Izuku croaked out in a hushed voice.
It smells like you're boiling your own blood, and all I can fucking smell is you. It's making me crazy. Please let me in. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I think I'll die if I don't eat right now.
He spoke, a deathly serious threat sweeping his words, his tone hypnotic to Katsuki's perfectly tuned ears. Hi, Sauce!
Howdy, Sauce, welcome. No, you know this one? What do you mean you know this fanfiction? You know this fanfiction? You've read this?
That's base. I don't know this one. Is it... Can you tell me if it's not stream safe? I'm getting nervous.
The fuck? I don't want you drinking my goddamn blood!
Katsuki hollered.
I want to rip you limb from limb, watch your guts pull out, see your face in agony.
Katsuki stopped himself. Hi, Vic. Thanks for following, Sneak. A deep growl escaping him.
Get the fuck out of here!
Katsuki dug his claws into the door, steeling himself as to not immediately swipe at the boy on the other side of it. You were unfortunate enough to come across it. Girl, you had to be looking for something to just come across Halloween Bakudeku fanfiction. It took me a lot of purpose to find this story, I'm just saying. Also, guys, really quick, I'm gonna get more water because I ran out. So I'll BRB for just a minute, and then I'll be back to continue the epic story. Okay, hello. I am back. Back to my Bakudeku slime. I also made some tea, that's why it took a little longer. I was like, you know what? I ran out of tea. I'll make another cup. Sometimes people stumble onto things that others work hard to acquire. That's true. Some people are blessed, you know. I had to work for this fanfiction. There's a reason you don't look into the void of fandom anymore. What do you mean? This is going great so far. I'm excited. I have only positive reviews for this fanfiction. Anyways, where was I?
The fuck? I don't want you drinking my goddamn blood, Katsuki hollered. I want to rip you limb from limb, watch your guts pull out, see your face in agony.
Katsuki stopped himself, a deep growl escaping him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Katsuki dug his claws into the door, steeling himself as to not immediately swipe at the boy on the other side of it. Dude, that's so funny! He wants to kill him and Deku wants to suck his blood. Wow, dude, fanfiction's based. How can you not love this? This is awesome. Suddenly, he was thrust away from the wood he was dug into, his claws unhooking as the door was blasted open. You're the #1 fanfic hater? Boo! Boo! Well, you're in the wrong place then, buddy. Katsuki was shocked. His strength being momentarily overpowered on a full moon was unheard of. Izuku stood in the doorway, his eyes glowing a sickly red, sweat beading on his skin as he stared up at the werewolf boy.
Ka-chan, please let me suck your blood.
Something deep and persuasive swirled in Izuku's eyes, blown wide and unblinking as they stared through Katsuki's. The light from the hall felt like it was burning his skin, and Katsuki immediately growled at Izuku.
I'm stronger than you think. I won't break under you like a human. You can use me like a fucked up punching bag if you want. I mean, whatever. Just please, I need to taste you. It's a consent thing, remember?
Izuku pleaded, still tracking Katsuki's movement as though he was watching prey. Maybe he was going crazy. Maybe he just wanted Izuku to get closer so he could rip him apart. Maybe a deep part of him had wanted Izuku's fangs sunk into him since that day at the party. He didn't know and he didn't care to ask himself. He would regret this later, but for now, he just needed relief. Relief by punching him in the face? That's so crazy. These masochists, I don't know, sadists, masochists? It's progressing rapidly, I know, I'm freaking out. Guys.
Punching bag, eh?
Katsuki smirked, his heart beating wildly in his chest as his skin bristled.
Fucking fine. Do your worst, you loser ass.
Katsuki was immediately knocked backwards before he could fight back, pushed down onto his bed as the door slammed behind Izuku, locking them in the dim space again. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it's happening! Before Katsuki could think, Izuku was pinning him down, barring his fangs over Katsuki's hot neck. Katsuki belatedly realized he had never touched Izuku before, his deathly coolness feeling unnatural against his warm, muscly skin. The boy felt like pale stone, smooth, cold, and solid. Wow, he feels like a cold slab of marble. That's awesome. A sharp pain resonated through Katsuki's senses, branching out from the corner of Katsuki's neck, but he focused on Izuku's plump lips pressed against his skin. The heat threatened to consume him, Izuku's smell irritating him beyond relief. Yeah, you get it? Love a woman who can punch you? Oh my god, you need a werewolf then. We found the demographic, guys.
Fuck you!
Katsuki dug his claws into Izuku's back, expecting to rip him apart like pulling apart a soft loaf of bread. Instead, he left faint lines down Izuku's skin. This is the skin of a killer Kachan. Dude, this is crazy. I'm sweating. Katsuki had forgotten this boy was not human in the slightest, and he could use him as he wanted. Katsuki let his own desires cloud him upon this realization, taking out the brunt of his anger on the pale boy's skin exposed from his tank top. He pushed his head up from off the plush bedding that he was pressed against. Okay, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I'm like, okay, I think we're good. I know, why is it so spicy? He bit Izuku back, his thick canines pressing into the boy's shoulder. What? What the fuck? The werewolf's biting the vampire now? You don't gotta do all that. Oh, because he wants to rip his throat out, I guess, is the vibe. Izuku let out a shocked noise, sinking his own teeth deeper into Katsuki as he sucked. Katsuki continued, letting the cool boy's body press against him, seeping all of the heat away from his blazing skin and sucking the suffocating blood out of his body. The blonde continued clawing at Izuku, cursing him out, yet feeling his heart pump to keep his blood flowing for the boy. They stayed like that, Izuku ridding Katsuki of his horrible sensory overload as he focused on the boy's presence, and Katsuki ridding Izuku of his horrific appetite that had consumed him that night. And after what seemed like eons, Katsuki was getting tired of Izuku's smell and swiftly sent his knee up into the gut of the pale boy. He fucking knees him in the chest, irritation pooling in his stomach. Alright, fuck off. Ow. Katsuki rubbed the sore spot on his neck, the wound healing over almost immediately from the two small divots where Izuku's pearly fangs had been for so long. You're a fucking greedy drinker, asshole! Katsuki growled. When he looked up at the freckled boy, he was shocked to find him nearly incapacitated in a muttering fit. Katsuki narrowed his eyes as the boy spoke under his breath, so quiet even Katsuki's tuned-in ears could only pick up a few straight impossible and feels so good type statements. Guys, this is crazy. The fuck are you muttering about? I'll fucking kill you right now, he snarled, punching to hit Izuku in the face as rage bubbled over under his skin. He clocked Izuku across the face and straddled him on the ground as he was knocked down to continue hitting him, his speed overpowering. Izuku promptly blocked his hits and ceased his mutterings. Not in the dorm, please, my merch costs so much, do this somewhere else, Izuku yelled, stressed for his precious collectibles. Katsuki backed off momentarily, stunned by the idiotic response. How long is this? Dude, I don't know. It's kind of long. I was just thinking the same thing, but I'm like scared to check. Should I check really quick? I think, you know, yeah, this could be another hour, just this specific fanfiction, if I'm being honest. It's kind of long. Guys, it's kind of long. Oh my god. Why did I think I could read this whole thing? I'm not even like halfway. Okay, lock in. Okay, it's a long night. Do this somewhere else. If Izuku was any human, Katsuki would have no doubt broken a few of his bones or even torn him to threads with his sharp claws by now. But Izuku's resiliency as a vampire was both a blessing and a curse to Katsuki in this moment. Blessing in the way where no blood would stain his bedsheets if he killed him. Curse where he couldn't get him to die. Fuck you, you cold-blooded motherfucker! The fuck were you muttering about, you stupid leech, Deku? Katsuki barreled the insults while Izuku pouted under him, still locked under his thighs uncomfortably. Yours is sure, you promise. Okay, queen. Oh my goodness, if I don't get to it, I will read it, like, in bed as I go to sleep. But yes, good night, Mocha. Boku no Hero? Boku no Hero, dude. Yeah. Fanfics are built different. Yeah, honestly, mean, you can find this type of fanfic for any fandom if you try. Like, it's a coveted vibe, I think. Okay. I think Izuku trailed off, embarrassment swelling in his chest. His cheeks flushed slightly, and Katsuki caught it immediately. I think we're like a great match in a way, Izuku started. Katsuki opened his mouth to either viciously bite or berate Izuku before the green-haired vampire cut him off. Hi, Tyler. You don't know what you joined, but you're liking this? I'm glad. I can't explain it at this point.
Don't get me wrong, I hate you. But like, look at it this way. We could help each other out.
Izuku waved his hands around as he spoke, looking up into Katsuki's wild eyes.
Nobody's ever given me that much blood and been alive to tell it, and look at you, you're fine.
I mean, yeah, your blood kind of tastes like a dog. But it wasn't that bad.
You could be my personal blood bank, and I can give you something. I don't know, like a full moon chew toy?
Katsuki growled.
We can't even hurt each other. We're both too strong to fuck around with humans like this, but each other...
I mean, we can't pass this up. Izuku shrugged, hoping Katsuki wouldn't start with his petty punches again.
So you want me to be your personal little vampire feeder jerk-off material? While I get, what, to not take my anger out on your stuff? Nice fucking trade, idiot.
Katsuki seethed down at Izuku, his voice guttural.
I want more.
He spoke confidently. This is so silly.
Oh, like what?
Izuku's face contorted into a mix of distrust and confusion. Yeah, least unhinged fanfiction. Exactly, guys. Exactly. Katsuki blinked for a moment. So what, he didn't think he'd get this far. Full moon brains are notoriously bad at planning. He thought it over for a second, searching Izuku's face for an answer he was hoping to find in wide green eyes. Long dark eyelashes, adorably round cheeks, and soft, supple skin. His eyes flicked down to Izuku's lips, trailing back up to his eyes. Izuku sucked in a breath as he watched Katsuki's dark gaze pierce through him. The air became 10 times more tense. What the fuck?
Be my bitch!
Katsuki spoke out, dead serious. Izuku would have laughed if a 200-something-pound man wasn't sitting on him. Not that it affected him like it would a normal human. This is crazy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cry.
My bitch. You do what I want, when I want, how I want, and I give you my dog blood. We have a deal?
Katsuki snarled down into Izuku's face. Hey, sextortion is illegal, so I don't think... Izuku began.
Sex? You think I want to fuck around with someone like you? In your dreams, nerd. I have taste.
Katsuki scowled.
I just mean, I get to use you and you get to use me, got it? Like mutual fucking usage. If I tell you to go, you go. If I tell you to stay, you stay. And you get my blood whenever you need it.
Katsuki smirked down at Izuku, the inner sadist within him rearing its ugly head.
Nothing is fucking complicated as... sex. Ew.
Katsuki rolled off of Izuku where he had him pinned down and drifted back over to his own bed. The full moon effects were already waning, his fever going down, and his eyes returning to the simple darkness of the room, while a bone-crushing exhaustion swept him quickly. He yawned, collapsing into the pile of sheets.
Deal?
He muttered out, preparing to let the deep darkness of sleep take him.
Deal?
Izuku spoke, unsure.
No takebacks, nerd,
Katsuki muttered as he began to drift. Guys, what a start. What a night. What a night. Izuku slowly sat up on the bed he'd been pinned to, face flushed slightly, and a newfound excitement to drink all of the blood he wanted from his annoying roommate. A momentary truce was reached as the boys saw each other as useful for something. Oh boy.
Baku, bro.
Kirishima spoke, his voice wavering. That sounds totally insane. Kirishima curled the weight he was holding again, the clanging of the popular gym there interrupting through their conversations.
I'm telling you, it's not weird, it's convenient. I mean, who wouldn't want a roommate that does whatever they ask?
Katsuki spoke proudly.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like bullying, no?
Kirishima looked pensive.
What? No, it's beneficial. The nerd proposed it.
Katsuki did a final lunge with the hefty weights he was carrying and set them down on the rack with a banging noise.
I'm helping him out with some bullshit too, nothing important.
Katsuki tactfully hid the slightly important fact that the nerd was drinking his blood on the regular. It had been 4 days since the full moon incident, the morning after feeling stagnant and stiff. Katsuki half regretted his choice to get in cahoots with Izuku. Hi, thanks for following, Sasu. Welcome, Sneak. Yet whenever he thought back to the boy's cool body pressed against his, he found he didn't mind as much. Since then, every night, Izuku would assault Katsuki's neck, leaving it bruised and bloody for a couple of minutes until it heals. So Katsuki's swift regeneration left his blood levels much faster than any other human, so Izuku got his fill every night. Dude, wait. Every night? This guy is insatiable. How was he surviving before? Yeah, the video will be up. The VOD will be up on YouTube when it's over. Okay, but why is that kind of hot? No, seriously, werewolf and vampire dynamics are low-key, like, kind of awesome. I'm like, kind of based. I think that's the point. So far, Katsuki had been using his side of the deal plentifully as well. He was hungry. He'd call Izuku, who would have exactly what he wanted 10 times faster than any meal delivery service. He was too busy to do an assignment. He'd get Izuku to give him the notes he needed for it, and he'd make them 20 times better in his free time to use on his perfect assignments. Oop. If Katsuki asked for a gold crown and $1 million, he was pretty sure Izuku would get back to him in a day. Man, it really did sound like bullying. Maybe Kirishima was onto something. Or maybe the pale fucker was stealing 10 liters of Katsuki's blood every night, and that gave Katsuki the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted. That's kind of valid, honestly. Like, that's a lot of blood. Just a little blood sucking. Katsuki would go with that second thing. So, bro, you coming to the study sesh tomorrow? We didn't hear back from you in the group chat last night. Kirishima spoke, a smile lifting his features as he changed the subject from Katsuki's strange roommate relationship.
Ah, shit, my bad. Yeah, I'll be there. Fucking physics is gonna kill me, I swear.
Katsuki spoke in a gruff tone, standing next to Kirishima and thinking about his class schedules. He had mid-80s to high 90s and everything, yet his 97 average in high school was being challenged with the difficulties of university life. He was determined not to lose. Okay, cause we're kinda doing a double friend group date. Seto's friends with some pretty boy and he invited him and his whole friend group too. It's like a big thing. Oh my god, bets that the pretty boy is gonna be Deku? I don't know. We're meeting up in the lounge under his dorm, probably bringing drinks. Kirishima spoke happily.
Ah, so it's a half-ass study session turned social event? No wonder you fuckers are all failing your fucking classes,
Katsuki groaned.
Whatever, I'll be there. And I'll fucking force Pikachu to understand basic algebra if it's the last thing I do.
Hi! Wait, we got a bun raid. Hi, Banana. Hi, Banana raid. Hello, guys. Welcome. Happy Halloween. It's fanfiction night. Welcome. Yippee! Thank you so much. I hope you're having fun. We're reading Halloween BAKUDEKU fanfiction right now. So get hyped. New season of My Hero Academia soon, guys. Get hyped. The vibe is Deku is a vampire and Bakugo is a werewolf. Hey, don't be too harsh on him. He's probably gotten too many shocks to the brain, you know. Engineering projects and all. Kirishima sighed, slight pity creasing his features for his slightly stupid friend.
I'm gonna go fucking stretch and head out. Don't wake up. I'm dead for the night until the party.
Katsuki spoke as he turned away, walking away from the weights area. Bakudeku! Yes! Bakudeku! We love Bakudeku. It's spicy? Oh my god. Hi, Foxy. I hope if this gets spicy, I'll just like zip past it. But I think this should be relatively, you know, there's some little sus parts, but this should be relatively stream safe. Probably.
See ya. Nice grind today.
Kirishima shouted happily towards Katsuki's back, who graciously sent him a wave. There was a rather intimate get-together being hosted off campus that was a lot more chill than the party he went to earlier in the week. Normally he wasn't much of a party boy, but lately, he'd been itching to get out into the social scene. Alcohol and dancing were addicting to any young, sprightly soul, and he wanted to shower off his post-gym grime before heading out. He wondered if Izuku was going before flushing that thought from his brain. You're turning your lights red for Halloween spirits? Ooh, that sounds fun! Hell yeah. Katsuki groggily walked towards his room, the deep darkness being kept out of the hall by the low ceiling's harsh artificial light. He kept his back relaxed, tension drained out of him by a good session at the gym. He half wondered how Izuku had fared, having to wait to drink his blood for the first time in night since he was coming home around an hour later than usual. Kirishima just didn't know when to stop working out, and Katsuki was easily swayed by the same mindset, leading to frequent 3-hour gym sessions. 3 hours at the gym is long. That's like low-key a little too long. Like, what are you doing for that long? The blonde pulled his key out of his pockets to unlock his dorm swiftly, not even thinking to knock. He swung the door open. Oh, cat invasion! Hello, Fumi! Oh, we got another raid on YouTube! Thank you! Hello, raiders! Happy Halloween! I'm Darcie, I'm a super spy in training, and it is spooky BL night. We're reading Bakudeku fanfiction. Welcome, welcome. Sup? Katsuki was immediately cut off and floored by the sight he saw. Oh my god. Izuku had his fangs deeply tucked into someone else's neck, hugging each other, sat comfortably on the bed, intertwined. Oh my god, I feel like that's like he's cheating on us. They rocked into each other before Izuku's clouded eyes caught Katsuki's utterly confused ones. He swiftly unlatched from the boy in front of him, face shading into a pink? Katsuki, knocking is a great social practice, you know. He had the decency to look at least a little embarrassed. Katsuki sent a harsh glare at him before directing his glare at the boy he had found Izuku sucking the life out of, but was utterly surprised. Hell yeah, Bakudeku peak! By the way, he's a vampire, okay? So he's sucking blood right now. For context, if you're new. It's not TOS, he's sucking blood. Is that Foxy? Oh, Foxy by any chance? Okay, I'll drink some tea. The boy was inhumanly pretty, on par with Izuku's haunting beauty. He had deathly pale skin, blue and grayish heterochromia, and red and white split-dyed hair that fell a lot flatter and silkier than Izuku's. He looked to be slender, and his height could almost match Katsuki's. What really drew Katsuki in was the fact that the boy also had blood smeared along his lips, which were parted in slight surprise. The leathery smell. Oh, Ruby, hi! Twitch raid! Hi, Ruby! Oh my goodness, how you doing? Hello, welcome. Everybody ending stream right now. I'm Darcie. Welcome to Spooky BL fanfiction reading. This is Bakudeku. Bakudeku vampire werewolf fanfiction. But thanks so much, Ruby. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, happy Halloween, guys. The leathery smell filled the room like a gas. Katsuki quickly covered his nose in disgust, looking at the two of them like they were crazy. Another fucking vampire? Oh, wait, really? Oh. There's 2 vampires? Would have gone longer, but you didn't see anything you wanted to stream? That's valid, Queen. Yeah, happy Halloween!
Jesus goddamn motherfucking Christ, you guys are fucking multiplying!
Katsuki rang out with explicit words and colorful insults.
You two are stinking up my fucking room!
Katsuki felt an extreme rage fill his insides, burning and bubbling in his stomach like a sickly poison, threatening to swallow him whole. His heart felt like ice cold, and he couldn't hide his blatant dislike for the two-toned boy. He hadn't been this angry in a long time. I'm like, why does Deku need so much blood, bro?
Katsuki, don't be mean,
Izuku interrupted, exasperated. It's okay, Izuku, the two-toned man interrupted, while Katsuki carefully tried not to explode over their first name basis. He's probably surprised. You're the werewolf, right? The man's cold eyes shifted over to Katsuki's.
Yeah, what fucking of it?
Katsuki growled out, his chest rumbling with sour emotions. I'm Shoto Todoroki. Nice to meet you. Izuku has said a lot about you. He held his hand out for Katsuki to shake while Izuku silenced him with a glare. Katsuki stared at the man's delicate, slender fingers, offended.
Yeah, fucking whatever. I'm Katsuki Bakugo, not that you need to fucking know.
He crossed his arms in a brutal display of rudeness.
Katsuki, don't be a dick, Izuku shouted.
Sorry, Shoto. I wish I could tell you he's just like this because of the werewolf hormones, but I think he's genuinely just an asshole. Izuku spoke, a small, apologetic smile playing on his features.
Oi!
Katsuki retaliated. That's okay. I really should get going anyways. Shoto began to stand, dusting himself off daintily. I love Shoto. Todoroki is my boy. He's my boy. Well, it was definitely something to meet you, Bakugo. I hope we can be friends in the future. The man spoke, bowing his head slightly at Katsuki.
Fat fucking chance. I already have one bloodsucker in my life. Don't need another.
Katsuki gritted out. Shoto's eyes widened in surprise before regaining his composure. I'm not interested in you like that. Izuku wouldn't like that anyways, so...
Shoto!
Izuku warned, his voice becoming strangely pitchy and embarrassed. Shoto looked back at Izuku as if to say, what? Before turning back to Katsuki and shrugging. Bye. Katsuki huffed a half goodbye, slamming the door behind the two-toned vampire as he left. He immediately stomped over to his bed, laying down with a large sigh. Your weird vampire SEX made it fucking stink in here, nerd. Katsuki mumbled, irritation gripping at his skin at the thought of Izuku doing anything sensual like that with the monotone vamp freak. Vampire, what? Izuku shouted in embarrassment. It's nothing like that. Jeez, I keep telling you it's like eating. Why is everything so sexual with you? Izuku whined, putting his blushing face in his hands.
What? You two looked...
Katsuki trailed off, a deep, dark feeling rushing through his organs as he followed that train of thought.
Never fucking mind.
He spoke gruffly, opening his phone to scroll for a while. They sat in comfortable silence for a moment, Izuku awkwardly picking at his nails on the bed while Katsuki half paid attention to whatever was on his phone, his mind swirling with questions, mainly...
If you wanted blood, why didn't you fucking call me?
Katsuki questioned, still looking at his phone. Izuku's head shot up, watching the sharp slopes of Katsuki's side profile. Hi, well, you were busy, and I haven't really done that with another vampire in a while, so... Izuku looked up at his wall, scratching the back of his neck awkwardly. Katsuki was mulling over the situation in his head, the deep anger in his gut not dissipating. He never considered that Izuku would still suck other people's blood along with his, assuming his high regeneration levels would keep him fed. He especially didn't imagine Izuku being so casual about doing with other people in front of Katsuki. Wasn't their deal only useful to him then? It's not like Katsuki had anyone else to boss around or even a chance to use anyone else for his full moon situation. Izuku probably had a whole network of random vampire friends, while Katsuki had been so immersed in human culture he never even thought to find another werewolf to hang around. He was pissed. His train of thought derailed to plain hatred towards the boy's infidelity to his blood bag. Yeah, bro, it's like cheating. That's what I'm saying. Oh my god, it's 5 a.m. for you guys? Holy shit, go to sleep. 1 a.m. Oh my god, it's so late, guys. I guess that makes it spookier. I know, Izuku's being kind of a player, for real. Was it only Katsuki that considered what they had to be kind of intimate? Katsuki gagged at the vulnerable thought, realizing he had watched the same TikTok for over 10 minutes. Dude, real, I do that too. He shut off his phone, staring at the ceiling instead. Izuku was eerily quiet, and Katsuki looked over at him to find his eyes already on the werewolf boy's figure. Katsuki's body flooded with defensive embarrassment, something he hadn't felt since he was a much smaller boy.
The fuck are you staring at?
Katsuki barked out. Izuku slowly dragged his eyes away from Katsuki's form. I could still eat, I guess. Dude, insatiable, what the hell? Izuku spoke coolly, doing his best to pry his eyes away from the exposed skin of Katsuki's toned chest where his shirt rode up from laying on his bed. Katsuki felt his interest peak up at the thought of Izuku sinking his teeth into him again, but the simmering jealousy in his gut put a petty stop to that train of thought.
No fucking way. You already ate, you greedy leech. I'm going out tonight. I don't want to lose all my blood for the night.
Katsuki huffed out, a slight satisfaction playing on his features at getting to turn down the freckled boy. Yeah, whoa! Stay strong. It's spooky because you're watching with the lights off? Hell yeah, immersion! I couldn't do that. That's scary, man. Bakudeku in the dark? Brave. Izuku whipped his head around, confusion playing on his features. You're going out? Izuku asked, a confused tilt lifting his sentence. Katsuki almost felt offended by his tone.
Yeah? Why? Got a problem?
Katsuki smirked, finally locking eyes with Izuku. It sent a jolt of vibrant energy through him.
No, I just didn't know you partied.
Izuku spoke matter-of-factly, swallowing awkwardly. He's seen him at a party, he knows. The boy's reaction were normally a lot more curt and volatile than this, which made Katsuki feel some way he couldn't explain.
Shitty nerd, this is the second time I've gone out this week. Don't act like you know shit about me just cause you sink your teeth into me.
Katsuki rolled his eyes. Izuku huffed a sigh.
Yeah, I get it.
He spoke dryly. Where are you going? He spoke after a slightly too long silence.
Not that it's any of your business, but it's a small fucking get-together with my friend's girlfriend and her friends off campus. Her name's fucking Churro or some shit, I don't know.
Katsuki huffed, unamused with Izuku's yapping. Oh, dude, you're going to Jiro's. No way. I'm going too. I knew it was gonna be Izuku, bro. I knew it. Izuku piped up, a little too excited. Katsuki could practically see his puppy dog tail wagging behind him. He wanted to bite his face.
We can go together. More convenient that way.
Izuku nodded, sending a shining smile over to Katsuki. Katsuki had seen that expression on Izuku, directed at other people, but he'd never had it directed at him. It was kind of blinding, he noted. All teeth and rosy cheeks.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't cramp my style when we walk in.
Katsuki flipped his phone over to check the time.
Shit, I gotta get ready. Meet me out front in 45.
Katsuki asked casually, even though excitement thrummed in his veins. Izuku nodded, a warmer smile still lighting up his features. Katsuki shot him a slightly less volatile look before rolling his eyes and picking his clothes out to shower. Katsuki sauntered into the hearty apartment, confidence swaying through his movements. He was dressed to the nines, the perfect mix of casual and class that was sure to have all eyes on his gorgeous face and figure. He'd even gone all out with his signature smoky eyeliner making a return from his high school partying days. He wore a deep red leather jacket that matched his dark eyes, and a tight-fitted black top with baggy black pants. His outfit was still fairly light for the deep chill setting outside the warm apartment building. But he didn't feel it, as per usual. To be honest with himself, he knew he looked fantastic. That was confirmed when he passed, almost every set of eyes in the room raking him up and down as he passed to find his friends. Dude, he's hot shit! Bakugo is hot shit right now. As he asked him not to, Izuku didn't dare to cramp his style either. He wore a tight wife beater, is that like a tank top, right? With a pair of dark flared jeans that outlined his perfectly sculpted legs. His eyes were wild and addictive, and his hair seemed wilder than usual, yet still so intentional. He made Katsuki want to attack him, and he didn't know whether that was good or bad. They separated from each other as soon as they entered the doors, not even sharing a spare glance until they pushed through the party to find their respective friend groups. Katsuki walked up behind his friends as they were excitedly speaking, noticing Kaminari's arm draped lovingly around a punk rocker-looking chick's shoulder. Yeah, tank top? Okay, that's what I thought. Good night, Cyber God. Thanks for coming. Ah, Bakugo! Yelled an excited girly voice. Where have you been? You've been AWOL for days! Shouted Mina happily, clearly already buzzed off of a few shots. All of his friends greeted him with high levels of enthusiasm, glad to see him getting out of the house more. The venue was really nice for the personal party. Maybe 40 people were crammed in the beautiful large apartment with 2 levels. Katsuki wouldn't be surprised if it was a penthouse. Katsuki assumed Jiro must have been a big deal. Sparky's girlfriend! Katsuki shouted over the music. Jiro whipped her head around, confused. Nice place. You a musician? Magician. Katsuki motioned his head towards some instruments in the corner of the apartment, a wall of guitars adorning the area near her polished kitchen. Oh my god. My words are getting mixed up. Holy shit, this is a long fan fiction, guys. Why did I pick this one? Why do I do this to myself? Yeah, I'm in a band. Cool shit, she smirked. Earjack, you heard of it? Katsuki's eyes widened. No fucking way. You're that, Jiro? I went to one of your shows back in like fucking 10th grade because you were my age. You're not that shitty. Katsuki spoke gruffly. That was fairly high praise coming from the Katsuki Bakugo. Thanks, I guess, she shrugged. Katsuki turned to face Kaminari, who was currently engrossed with watching Seto try to roll a blunt. Alright, Sparky, your girlfriend's cool. Kaminari turned to face Katsuki, shock adorning his features, before his face crinkled into a look of ecstasy. Bakugo, that might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me. You're so right. Mock fainted into Jiro, who let out a hearty laugh at the boy's idiocy as she caught him. Katsuki rolled his eyes, venturing away from the happy group as he had been chatting with for a drink. He poured himself something clear and spicy smelling. Is it Fireball? I feel like he has to drink fire. He's Fireboy. Fireboy has to drink Fireball. I have a vision. But yeah, Tyler, I connected it that you're on Twitch too. Welcome, multi-streaming Pog. He noticed people began mobbing downstairs, the music amping up in the background, while a little makeshift dance floor formed in the middle. Katsuki ventured back over to his friends from the sidelines, squeezing past excited bodies thrumming with energy. Upon returning back into the sight of his friends, he was immediately met with a new face hanging around him, a broad, tall guy who looked to be their age. He had tan skin and a shaved head. He looked like the sporty type, and Katsuki just knew he was gonna have his tongue down that guy's throat by the end of the night, and steeled himself walking up behind Kirishima. Okay, damn. He clapped his hand down the spiky-haired boy's shoulder, putting on his best charming face in front of the handsome stranger.
Shitty hair, who's this?
He asked, sending a sultry glare towards the tall man. He saw him shiver. Oh, this is Inasa. He goes to a sports college like 40 minutes away. Cool dude. Kirishima smiled toothily up at Katsuki. Yeah, super cool. He smirked at the man, who immediately flushed but kept his eye contact. Kirishima was definitely drunk, but not drunk enough as to be oblivious to the tension building. He has a type. I don't know if he has a type because he also likes Deku, right? I don't know. Steamy and thick enough to cut with a knife. He immediately knew it was up, and his per-bro code excused himself awkwardly. The two men never broke eye contact. So, Inasa. My Katsuki is getting worse, bro. So, Inasa.
What sports do you do?
Katsuki grinned, throwing his arm around the beefy man's back and guiding him to sit down on the sofa, backed against the concrete wall. Mostly. Their conversation flowed smoothly, Katsuki finding the man way too loud, but feeling a little hypocritical to say so. He didn't care much about the random sports he did, or the stupid shit they talked about. He didn't make his heart beat like a certain smaller man, but he certainly liked his sharp jaw and plump lips. His tanned skin was nothing like the pale skin littered with freckles. His sharp dark eyes were nothing like the big expressive green ones that had stalked him like prey so often. His short hair didn't flow into wild dark Viridian curls. He was just what Katsuki needed. Okay, come on, what's wrong with Deku, huh? What's wrong, just 'cause he's a vampire? Huh? Soon enough, as Katsuki has predicted, maybe 20 minutes of smooth flirting and heated looks, Tatsuki's tongue was, in fact, down the guy's throat. Inertia? What the fuck was his name again? Katsuki didn't care. He pressed his lips against the man's, eliciting small whines from the other. They connected and disconnected, puffing in each other's air. In a heated exchange, okay. He was pretty sure the blood loss might have affected his tolerance to alcohol, as he almost felt tipsy and fluffy. Okay. It was all teeth and tongue, swapping spit, no formalities, no emotions. Okay. Still, as he was wrapped around the large man, he couldn't help but feel a familiar, burning stare searing into his skin. He could still smell that sickly, sweet, leathery smell from across the room, and no matter how hard he tried to really feel the lips he was kissing, all he could feel was that smell filling his senses, the burning in his skin from being stalked. He knew Izuku was watching him, but he couldn't imagine why. Suddenly, Inasa pulled away from Katsuki. What? Oh, don't worry about it. Face dazed and red, eyes blown wide with endorphins. I'm gonna grab a drink. We can head out after that if you want. He spoke, grinning wildly into Katsuki's mouth. It had been a while since Katsuki had gotten to do anything like that. His gut leaped in excitement at the thought. Fuck yeah! I can kick my roommate out for a while. Katsuki left a peck on the man's lips before he leapt off the couch to grab drinks for the two of them. Katsuki pulled out his phone for a moment to check the time before his arm was harshly grabbed and he felt himself being dragged. Katsuki was way too strong for any human to push around like this, so when he looked up to see wild curls leading him away, he wasn't surprised. Oh my god, is he jealous, guys? Is he jealous? The fuck, Deku? Katsuki cursed as he was led into the back and pushed into a large bathroom. Izuku flicked the lights on. Katsuki hissed with the bright lights assaulting him. The doors slammed behind them. The fuck are you? Katsuki began to yell before he was interrupted. Don't go with him! Izuku cut him off sternly. Katsuki had never heard him be that deadly serious before. It shook his heart for a moment as he leaned against the granite sink top. Fucking why? Ugh, if you don't want us to beep in the dorm rooms, we'll go somewhere else. Don't have XCX's with him, is what I mean. Izuku spoke, his voice cold and serious. Katsuki was stunned into silence for a moment. What, is he a predator or something? Could have told me before I sucked faces with him for half an hour. Katsuki narrowed his eyes at Izuku, staring the shorter boy down with a burning challenge in his eyes. No, he seems like a perfectly decent dude. I just don't like him. Katsuki was floored.
You don't like him? What kind of fucking reason is that to pull me into a bathroom, fucking flashbang me with LED sink lights and... I want to add something to our agreement. You can't see other people intimately. I don't like it. Izuku's tone stayed serious, wavering momentarily as his face flushed. I thought the vampire blood thing wasn't intimate. What is all this about? Huh? Are you fucking insane? No way, Katsuki refused vehemently. What the fuck else am I supposed to do? You can ask me to do anything, you know? Izuku cocked an eyebrow. I can replace him easily. Just don't go with him tonight, please. I'll be happy to do whatever you asked him to do. This is crazy. Izuku spoke deathly seriously, his cheeks flushing, eyes wild. Katsuki would be lying if that didn't make something in him spark to life. The thought of kissing Izuku made him revolt in disgust and keen in pleasure all at the same time. He had never denied that the boy was extremely good looking, and he had never stopped thinking about that night when he watched him suck blood for the first time. I know it's getting spicy, bro. I might have to scroll really fast if it gets crazy. I don't know. Was Katsuki actually considering this? He stared deeply into Izuku's viridian eyes, watching them shake, and noticed the deep vitriol that laid beneath their surface. The same ugly feeling that caved his stomach in when he saw Izuku messing around with his vampire freak friend. You don't know why you're here, but heck yeah. Dude, I don't know why I'm here either. To be honest, Katsuki sighed, letting out a loud, dramatic groan. You're not half bad looking. I could probably use you in some way, but this is gonna go both ways. Katsuki watched the pretty boy shiver at the blonde's deep tone. If I can't beep around with other people, you're bound to only my blood. No fucking swapping blood with half and half. No side blood donors. A 100% Katsuki-based diet. You got it? This is so silly. Katsuki backed Izuku against the wall, shoving his finger into the boy's chest as he leaned down over him, still maintaining eye contact. Izuku gulped. Seriously? I mean... Izuku looked nervous to answer, clearly unhappy with the predicament. Not so fun now, is it? Katsuki backed off, reaching around Izuku to open the door before he was stopped in his tracks. Izuku grabbed his arms, his pale fingers pressing into Katsuki's warm skin. Oh, wait, don't go back to him. I'll do it, fine. You can only go to me, I can only go to you. He caved, eyes flickering between Katsuki's. Katsuki smirked down at him. What did I join? Welcome. It's horror night, guys. Bakudeku horror. Deal? Deal. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys. Oh my god, fuck yeah. Okay. Izuku and Katsuki left the party swiftly after the incident in the bathroom. Hands linked. Guys, they're holding hands. Ah! I know, when he said the word finger, I low-key thought it was gonna be like saucier too. But he's just poking his chest. We're fine, we're still safe. Please, you too, please, it's still safe. Their friends' pleas to stay fell on deaf ears as the two of them ran out of the apartment as if they were on fire. The trip back to their dorm was a flurry, stumbling down the hall to their room with flushed faces and intertwined hands. Katsuki still hated Izuku's guts, something simmering under his skin that pleaded with him to pull away from the hypnotic boy. Even as his body screamed otherwise, his mind was already made up. He was extremely pleased that Izuku could only go to him. Izuku's keys jingled in the door as he unlocked the entrance to their room with an intensity Katsuki had never seen in the boy, except for when he was feeding. He burst through, Katsuki swiftly following and slamming the door behind them. No shits given about the rest of the sleeping dorm. You're invested now? Bro, same. I'm so invested. This fanfic's awesome. Izuku turned around to say something before Katsuki pressed forward, slowly walking towards him, eyes burning into each other. The green-haired boy nearly melted. Katsuki! He licked his lips! Katsuki knew a stop signal when he heard one. He immediately stopped in his tracks, standing up straight as he halted himself.
I don't know if I mean, I said a lot of stuff back there, but Izuku looked worried, his brows creasing. I don't think I can. I mean, I want to, but... Katsuki closed his eyes, breathing out through his nose as he watched the other boy get worked up.
Stop! It's fine, Deku!
Katsuki spoke gruffly. Oh, his voice softer?
Stop, it's fine, Deku.
His voice softer than it had ever been.
I'm not gonna make you fucking do anything you don't want to do.
Katsuki crossed his arms, leaning against the wall in their small shared room. He was undoubtedly annoyed at the turn of events, but he wasn't about to creep on his nerdy roommate. It's not like he was really looking for the boy's body. Guys, we're getting cock-blocked.
It's not that I don't want to, it's just... wow, this is embarrassing.
You mean more than that to me? Izuku spoke, dancing around his words with impressive awkwardness. Katsuki suppressed a smile at the strange happiness bubbling in his stomach. Oh my god, guys, I think he's gonna confess his feelings. Izuku thought he was better than a one and done. Did that mean the nerd liked him? One way or another, he clearly thought higher of Katsuki than other people he'd undoubtedly used at a party and thrown away. They were each other's in whatever strange agreement they still had going on. Katsuki let that pleasure sink into him. He wasn't just a body to Izuku. It's so funny that they like barreled out of that party like super riled up, burst into their dorm room, and then they're like, actually, never mind. Never mind, Darcie's streaming. We can't do this right now. Katsuki couldn't think of anyone who hadn't thought of him like that. It felt kind of nice. I'm sorry I took you away from that guy back there, and I can't even do anything for you. Izuku sighed, awkwardly palming at his shirt. He looked down at the floor, dejected. Katsuki let out a loud groan.
As if. I didn't agree for your shitty beep, trust me. That was just a side note.
Katsuki scoffed.
I agreed so I wouldn't have to watch you suck Half and Half's neck ever again.
Katsuki smirked confidently, tilting his head, his eyebrows playfully. Izuku turned red. You were jealous? Izuku squeaked out.
What, like you weren't? You cornered me in a bathroom from your jealousy. Fucking flashbang me with LEDs,
Katsuki teased, enjoying the new material Izuku had given him from his stunt at the party. Yeah, the cardio diverted their blood away. Exactly. Yeah. They're good now. They just have to get the adrenaline pumping. When Katsuki refocused his eyes, Izuku was suddenly pressed against him, leaning into him as he leaned against the wall, pressing his arms against him. It was shit Kabedon! Fuck yeah, Bakudeku Kabedon! With Izuku being a few inches shorter than him, but Katsuki found himself utterly charmed by it anyways. Oh my god, guys, wait, I think it's still happening.
Can you lean down so I can kiss you?
Izuku asked, eyes seemingly glowing with their swirling open admiration. Aww! Katsuki felt his heart get caught in his throat. He'd never had a look like that directed at him. He swallowed, softly closing his eyes and leaning his lips gently into Izuku's. They pressed into each other. Izuku's lips. He was as smooth as stone, like kissing a marble statue. Katsuki, to his own confusion, let a brief thought of how beautiful Izuku would be as a marble statue cloud his mind. He was sure he would feel the urge to kiss the statue just as strongly as the boy in front of him. Beep, 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 beep. Katsuki relished in the moment, a foreign heartwarming feeling pooling in his guts from the soft kisses, something like a bubbling comfort that filled his stomach like nothing ever had. Katsuki was intense. He was a blazing sun, burning so bright it threatened to destroy things before they ever reached him. He'd never been one for slow, soft, heartfelt, yet as the sweet kisses from the man he swore he hated turned his heart to honey, he found he really didn't want to stop. Alas, Katsuki was Katsuki. He flicked his beep against Datsuki's beep nut, ready to start his counterattack. They're just kissing. I feel like beeping makes it sound worse. I feel like that made it sound way worse. Guys, wait, they're just kissing. Izuku pressed into him, opening his mouth for access, all the signal Katsuki needed. In a much more gentle way than normal, Katsuki slowly beeped. Wait, no. his way into Izuku. Beep! Their tongues beep in a beep beep. They speedily battled with their tongues. Katsuki noted that Izuku tasted much, much better than he smelled. Even as his signature leathery smell filled the space, Katsuki didn't find himself hating it. He didn't find himself hating his roommate. I know the unnecessary censorship is way worse. Guys, he was just saying like tongue. I was trying to make it sound super PG, but I think that made it sound insane. I'm so sorry. What a strange thought. Katsuki backed Izuku against his desk, cornering him with his long arms, leaning down into him as he continued his barrage on the freckled boy's mouth. The space was filled with light whimpers and hums of enjoyment from both of the boys, each of them skillfully keeping their head above water with each other's intense kisses. Now I'm like embarrassed. Since Katsuki and Izuku were Katsuki and Izuku, the kissing quickly became a competition in both of the boys' minds. A friendly chuckle was sent between them as they cleanly pressed deeper into each other, Izuku's hands looping into the back of Katsuki's head and messing up his hair. Katsuki could feel himself getting lightheaded with the intensity, never having met anyone who'd been able to keep up with his feverish kissing. It pissed him off how perfect Izuku seemed for him. He countered, pulling away from Izuku and trailing kisses down his neck, sucking at the pale expanse of cool skin beneath him. His own face burned. Catch on! Izuku sighed. Katsuki immediately halted to a stop, his mouth lifting from the barrage on the boys' necks. Kachan! He smirked, looking up at Izuku. If the boy had any blood in his face to blush with, Katsuki was sure he'd be bright red. What? You call me Deku. It's the same thing. Kachan. Izuku smirked back. His breathless pants and wet lips stunning Katsuki into silence. He really was like a marble statue, the ones of Greek gods. Katsuki swallowed audibly, his own cocky smirk dropping from his lips, flushing to the tips of his ears. How are you keeping it together? Guys, I'm sweating. I am sweating. I have to pee. I actually do have to pee. I'm like waiting for the right moment, but it's so heated. I don't know. That's so fucking lame, he mumbled, still looking down as he leaned back to Izuku. He felt a hand cradle his head upwards before his flushed forehead was meeting with Izuku's. They pressed them together, his eyes locked on Izuku's beautifully wide ones. You're so easy to read, Kachan, he spoke. The next morning, Katsuki woke up to Izuku still in their shared dorm, prodding him with a breakfast sandwich from the local bakery. We did it! Guys, we made it through the night. Holy shit. We made it through the night. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna go pee, guys. That was crazy. BRB. Okay. I'm back. Let's go. Okay, back to the action. Where was I? Yeah, we got through the night. I feel so silly subjecting you guys to this BL, but you know, it's spooky storytelling in a way. Anyway, yeah, Katsuki just woke up. They just had their happily ever after. We're good. And god damn it, he knows exactly how I like my eggs cooked. Katsuki was fucked from the start. That's so cute. I like my eggs over easy, if you guys are curious. Also soft-boiled. The study session meetup was apparently hosted by Seiro's pretty boyfriend, so Katsuki was slightly taken aback by the group of people sitting in front of him. The first horrid sight to catch his eye was an all too unfortunately familiar head of candy cane hair split straight down the middle, falling silkily flat onto a beautiful heterochromia-eyed face. Katsuki knew that face and he'd immediately wanted to rip it apart. What really punched him in the guts was the equally beautiful and surprised freckled face sitting next to the apparent pretty boy. It seemed Katsuki really couldn't escape Izuku these days. Kachan? Deku? The two exclaimed, staring at each other with shocked and offended expressions on their faces. Offended? The room felt dead silent, casual greetings halting immediately. If the comedic timing was any better, a cricket would have sounded. Don't worry, we wanted to be frightened. Hell yeah. Yeah, guys. It's all part of the ghostly experience. You'll be okay as long as it's not like Omegaverse. I don't think they'll be that crazy. Yeah. That would be a twist though, if it turned Omegaverse. I don't think so. Wait, hold up. Kachan? Denki wheezed, slapping his hand down onto the desk as a cacophony of noise broke out amongst the group. Now, why are you calling Midoriya a mean name such as Deku? A large-looking nerd reprimanded Katsuki as he swiped at the air. Katsuki wanted to knock his stupid glasses off his face. Hey, Bakugo, why can't we call you cute names? Yelled Mina, face red from holding back giggles, her perfectly manicured hand over her mouth to hold back laughter. Wow, is that your roommate, Midoriya? Scary, a frog-like girl croaked. Seto had devolved into a cackling fit, leaning on the perfect shoulder of Shota, who looked amused with the whole situation. Katsuki hated that he could read the stoic fucker, but he could. Maybe he was becoming a vampire expert, what with having kissed one until dawn last night. Alright, if you can disrespectfully shut the fuck up, Katsuki yelled, sitting down on one of the plastic seats around the two large tables pushed together to hold the mixed match students. How crass, yelled the nerd, straightening his glasses. Midoriya, I have no idea how you could manage to call a scoundrel like this Kachan. He turned to the green-headed vampire, who was suspiciously quiet. Izuku decided to speak up after a moment, an apologetic smile gracing his features. Kachan isn't really a scoundrel. An asshole, sure, but... Hey, you're not fucking easy to be around either, Katsuki fumed back. His traitorous friends continued wheezing. Katsuki wanted to strangle someone, rummaging around in his backpack to pull out his notes and angrily throw them on the table instead. No, I get it, Bakugo. A bubbly girl with rosy cheeks piped up, her eyes shining. Katsuki shot her a bored glance. Deku? Like, you can do anything. She pumped her fist, excitedly huffing and puffing. Katsuki kind of admired her spirit, but snorted at the incorrectness of her statement. Actually, it means useless. Katsuki grinned at her, flashing a cocky expression. She was taken aback for a moment before stealing her expression again. Nah, he's the Deku who can do anything, and I'm renaming him. She turned to Izuku, mock holding out a sword. Deku bowed, smiling wide as she dubbed him Sir Deku who can. Katsuki rolled his eyes. Sorry, let me introduce everyone. The group went around, saying their greetings and names, getting to know each other quickly. Katsuki was surprised at how social Izuku seemed. He'd kind of thought he would have been a more nerdy. His friend group already seemed to know him from all the parties, so maybe he was already comfortable. Katsuki made a sour face when he realized he was thinking of Izuku, wondering about him. Sickening. Denki quickly sat down next to the lighter blonde, plopping in his seat with a mischievous smirk. Katsuki knew this would be trouble already. Well, we should probably get to work, Ka-chan, he teased, sending a playful glance Katsuki's way. Katsuki huffed, rolling his eyes at the idiot's antics.
Yeah, whatever. Keep up if you can.
No, I get what you're saying, but how did that eye get there? I mean, what is that? Seto groaned, head being gripped by his tense hands as his brain lagged.
It represents impossible numbers, dickhead. I already told you that. Didn't you learn that in 12th grade? Here, look at it like this.
Katsuki rattled on about the numbers needed for the equation, making sure to format his math correctly as he leaned over Seto to properly show him the method needed for his problem. Katsuki was, if anything, a skilled teacher, even if he used crude language the entire time and occasionally smacked his friends up the back of the head to get information to stick. He really understood all things STEM. Anyone would marvel at his way with numbers, a left-brain man down to the core. Katsuki took turns helping around the table, finishing his own physics work easily an hour into the silent study. The dark-haired boy's eyes slowly lit up in understanding as Katsuki wrote the workout on the paper in front of him, but the electric blonde next to him was thoroughly lost. Ka-chan, I'm so dumb, Denki moaned, tears forming in his eyes. Why did I go into engineering? Oh, I just realized they're engineers. I feel like they brought that up a few times and I've just been like, I don't know, yeah, the engineering class that every college student takes probably. Okay. He sobbed. Katsuki sighed, sitting down in his seat to lean over to help Denki with his never-ending stream of math errors. As Katsuki leaned into the boy, he couldn't help but feel a cold gaze locked onto him. Of course, it was the same pair of obnoxious green eyes that always seemed to stalk him, but he had noticed them a lot more during this study group. He huffed a sigh, deciding to finally address them.
What do you want, Deku?
Katsuki looked up at Izuku, who flinched slightly as they locked eyes. His long eyelashes fluttered down as he looked away, locking eyes with Katsuki almost immediately again.
You're really impressive, Ka-chan.
He smiled at Katsuki, something warm and welcoming swirling in the deep pools of green that were his eyes. Katsuki felt his heart spike, memories of that sweet night shared together flashing in his mind. Cool lips, curled hair, sharp teeth, warm tongue.
Yeah, right back at you. I saw what you did with that fucking equation formatting. Didn't even know you could do it like that.
Wow, is this actual nerd flirting right now, you guys? Complimenting the equations? Katsuki smirked back, eyes still locked onto Izuku's, intensely watching him flush.
You're a real nerd.
Katsuki huffed a laugh.
Oh, you're not just as much of an All Might fan as me,
Izuku giggled.
Please, I saw your stupid All Might socks.
They were hideous, Izuku said, a sweetness dripping from his tone that melted Katsuki where he sat. He let out a snort.
Whatever you say, he teased,
looking back at Denki's paper to help him finish with the smile playing on his features. I know, kiss, kiss, kiss! Suddenly he noticed the room had gone entirely quiet again, looking up to check the reason. Katsuki was quickly subjected to the shocked stares of all his friends, their eyes bulging out of their skulls, mouth hanging open in shock. Kirishima looked like he might faint. Is this what non-nerds think nerd flirting is like? Bro, it might be. Yeah, smart people just flirt like this, probably. Yeah. Nice equation, nerd. So funny. A quick glance over to Deku's side of the desk revealed a similar predicament, all of his friends staring at him as though he had a second head. He was blushing profusely, his eyes flickering around the room. Katsuki turned back to his starstruck gaggle of idiots and gracefully blurted out,
"The fuck are y'all staring at?"
They were still silent, seeming like they were all suddenly jolted back into their bodies from an acid trip. They popped their mouths shut, still eyeing up Katsuki like an alien crash-landed on Earth. Kirishima cleared his throat, jolting the others out of their Katsuki staring session.
I could really use lunch.
Anyone want to do a lunch run? We nominate Baku, bro. He spoke hurriedly, shooting a glare over to the people on Izuku's side of the table. We nominate Deku, spoke up the pink-cheeked girl, interpreting the glare immediately, clasping her hands in a thumbs up. Everyone nodded along the table, still awkward. Wait, what? Nominate? Oh, like they're sending them to get lunch or something, I guess? What the fuck? Katsuki was interrupted quickly by everyone practically yelling out their orders, a massive message being sent to him by Kirishima, who had taken them all down. Dude, that's so annoying. What do you... Isn't that like bullying shit? Making a student go pick up everyone's order? That's so annoying. But I mean, I guess it's like when you have your friends go to like Taco Bell to pick up 5,000 different things vibe. Both him and Izuku being abruptly shoved out of the study sessions by their friends, now standing outside the dorm with money given to them and a list of random sandwiches from the campus deli.
What the fuck was that?
Katsuki asked, not sparing a glance at Izuku as they slowly walked along the campus sidewalks to the main area. Izuku bit his lips, a flush rising to his cheeks. I don't know. He trailed off awkwardly. Maybe they got sick of your yapping, he teased, trying to lighten Katsuki's soured mood. I feel like Bakudeku might be your favorite ship. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Baku. We wouldn't be here if I wasn't a fan. Katsuki took the bait immediately, a smile lighting up his face as he got to teasing. Please inform me of how awful my yapping was, Mr. You're so impressive, Kachan! Kiss me, Kachan! Katsuki put on his best Deku impression, mocking the boy in earnest. Hey, don't slander me like that, as if I'd ever kiss a scoundrel like you. Izuku put on his impressively accurate Ida impression, chopping his hand up and down. I was trying so hard not to laugh when he said that, honestly. Izuku let out a chuckle. They turned onto a new pathway. Your friends are so fucking weird, I swear. Katsuki rolled his eyes, smiling at Izuku's antics. What, like fucking Pink Cheeks dubbing you the Deku who can? That shit was gay as hell. Nah bro, you gay as hell. Izuku barked a laugh. Kachan, don't say those things. Izuku was still laughing, even as he half-heartedly reprimanded Katsuki. Is there a ship you like more? I'm embarrassed. I mean, I know I'm already like kind of humiliating myself by being here for this stream. Yeah, I mean, Bakudeku's pretty good. I read a lot of Attack on Titan. Yeah, you guys can probably guess my Attack on Titan shit. So that might probably read a lot more. Aaron Levi. Anyway. Oh, sue me and my gay ass. How dare I make fun of my own kind, Katsuki joked. Yeah, you'd walk in the court of homophobia and the judge would be on your case like that. He'd smell the gay on you before you walked in the room. Izuku smiled cheekily up at Katsuki. Gay and homophobic, what a combo. This song was kind of cute. Uh-huh. I smell like gay dog and you smell like a dead cow. Katsuki looked up at the blue sky, the cool winter air biting through his jacket. It's like the shittiest comedy duo. The boys fell into a comfortable silence walking through the quiet campus. I know, what a diabolical line. Smell the gay on you. I'm just letting it happen, to be honest, brother. You'd have to go with Toga and Ochako. Oh yeah, honestly, I ship them too. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Katsuki barely saw his parents. He loved them, sure, but not enough to want to see them too often. His time away from home was a nice breather from his intense mother, even if he loved her to bits. They were just like each other. He would never say that, though. In the comfortable silence, Katsuki began to realize just how easy it had become to be around Izuku. Before, the boy seemed to grate on his nerves in a way that made him want to break his neck anytime he was near him. Every exchange they had was unpleasant, heated, tense. Now, he found himself joking with the boys. He went out to buy sandwiches for their friend group, walking side by side. No tension, no hostility. Katsuki felt calm. He didn't want to tear the boy apart. In fact, he wanted to get closer,
Be as close as he possibly could.
while pushing away Izuku's stupidly sweet face, a walking contradiction. Soon enough, as Katsuki stared at the blue winter landscape and followed the sidewalks he knew like the back of his hand, they were on the outskirts of campus, walking into the deli. The door let out a shabby jingle, the student at the counter yelling out a brief greeting as they entered. The UA deli was the backbone of the whole campus. Incredible sandwiches. I'm kind of hungry. That sounds good. Amazing coffee, a couple of student positions, and quick interpersonal service. It was nothing fancy with its drab lighting and minimal diner-esque interior, but no student could survive at UA without the deli. Katsuki pulled his phone out of his pocket, his fingertips unusually warm compared to the bitter winds outside, and pulled up the list of sandwiches.
Okay, 2 Italian subs, one with barbecue sauce, Jesus Christ, a Reuben, a caprese salad sandwich, 2 BLTs, 2 Philly cheesesteaks, one with garlic mayo, and a tuna melt. Dude, this is the craziest order to give someone. Oh, and I'm gonna grab an iced Americano. He turned to Izuku, teasing him slightly as he asked, Do you want something? Of course, the bloodsucker shook his head politely and fought Katsuki to use his card to pay. Dude, you'd save so much money if you were a vampire, I just realized. You wouldn't have to buy any groceries. That's kind of sick. Literally pushing him away from the register. Katsuki was raised to be the fucking politest motherfucker ever. Was he though? So he fought back. Eventually the poor employee just took Izuku's card, swiping it to end the chaos. I win, Izuku grinned. How the fuck did you win? Good job losing money, idiot. Katsuki scoffed, the poor employee walking to the back to make their hefty order. Didn't the friends pay for their own food? This seems like a lot, guys. Like you weren't fighting for that card reader? Whatever you say, big bad wolf, Izuku murmured, rolling his eyes playfully. They both leaned against the wall of the sandwich shop, the posters hanging on the bulletin board next to them dating back to what had to be years. Advertisements for bands, study groups, anime meetups, game days long gone. Katsuki almost smiled, such a stupid thing looking into the past. Katsuki peeked over his shoulder at the vampire next to him, noticing his tired features. His eyes were a little less vibrant, skin a little paler, and he quickly realized it had been more than a day since Izuku had actually sucked his blood. Oh my god, he's starving! Katsuki almost felt bad. Almost. Okay, he kind of felt bad. Letting out a huff, he looked away from the boy. You wanna eat before we go back? Katsuki didn't dare look at him, uneasy with his eager face betraying his usual stoicism. Izuku was shocked, shifting his head to face Katsuki as he stared at his sharp side profile. You don't have to. Shut the fuck up. I don't do anything because I feel like I have to. It's gonna be like 10 minutes before our sandwiches are ready anyways. Katsuki smirked, his eyes meeting Izuku's. You couldn't fit in a snack? I feel like, do vampires have to eat every day? I don't know. Katsuki watched Izuku gulp, his eyes blown wide, swirling with that same warm and excited look. Cheeks flushed, he took Katsuki's hand, leading him past the diner booths into the employee bathroom. Why the employee bathroom? The door swung open to a slightly alright bathroom for a university campus deli. Izuku promptly locked the door and put down the toilet seat, urging Katsuki to sit, which he did. Izuku straddled him, hugging his arms around his neck. It was incredibly sudden, and it had Katsuki's heart beating like a kick drum. Hungry? Katsuki choked, grinning at Izuku. With you? Always. Izuku watered back! His cheeks flushing under the shabby lighting. You ready? He asked, waiting for Katsuki's approval. Yeah, do your thing. Katsuki spoke lightly, his flushed cheeks showing his true excitement. Ah! Izuku sunk his teeth into Katsuki's warm neck.
the common action returning an air of familiarity and comfort for both of them. Izuku ate earnestly, and Katsuki felt a familiar giddy feeling settling into his stomach, holding the curly hair on the back of the boy's head gently as he drank, leaning his full body weight into him. He thought about the freckled boy's lips on his skin, his chest pressed against his arms looped behind Katsuki, pressing divots into his well-sculpted back. He winced slightly from the pain, his heart rate steady and leaping with every whimper and satisfied hum from Izuku. Katsuki then did something he never did. He hugged Izuku, wrapping him in a closer, holding them together while their breaths mingled. Apart from when Katsuki had clawed into Izuku's back, attempting to rip through him in a violent display that first night Izuku ever tasted him, he had never held the boy when he had fed. It felt taboo, even though they had tasted each other's saliva. It felt precious, something too soft for what they were. Izuku quickly made a surprised noise, pulling away from Katsuki's neck. "Sorry, did it hurt?" Izuku pulled back, Katsuki's blood on his lips as his eyebrows scrunched in embarrassment. Katsuki pulled him in closer.
Nah, you can never hurt me.
So slick. Katsuki could feel Izuku's heartbeat racing against his chest, its pace picking up against his. He was surprised he even had a heart to pump blood around. He really needed to look up vampire biology someday. Izuku seriously confused him. We should read fanfics more often. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Izuku hugged Katsuki back, not returning to drinking, as Katsuki's puncture wounds sealed themselves over in moments. They sat there for a few moments, breathing in each other's scents they swore they hated, latched onto each other like nothing else mattered. Warm, comforting, sweet. So sweet. This is cute, guys. Oh my god. Are they now boyfriends yet? Katsuki came crashing back to earth as he remembered that they were, in fact, in a deli bathroom, waiting on their sandwiches to be ready, and not two people on a beachy honeymoon. Weird thought. Katsuki would make a point to scrub that train of thought from his memory.
Shit, sandwiches!
Katsuki unhooked his arms, as did Izuku, blinking owlishly for a few seconds as he came back to earth himself. Oh, right, yeah! He hurriedly jumped off Katsuki, face flushed as he straightened his clothes. Katsuki stood up, awkwardly clearing his throat as he unlocked the bathroom door and left to the main area. He was going to scream. Not right now. Now he was in the middle of a deli, awkwardly picking up bags of sandwiches and an iced Americano while a minimum wage worker looked him up and down like he was a loose cannon. He felt like he might scream, or explode from screaming, really whatever worked in the moment. He really wanted to do that again. Hold Izuku, feel their heartbeats together, sit in silence and inhale each other. But it terrified him all the same. Katsuki was Katsuki. He had never done anything like that, and the implications were entirely lost on his poor spiky self. His poor spiky self. Why did they get sandwiches? I thought Deku couldn't eat them. They're for like their friends. They're running errands right now. He'd never been held like that, and he liked it. He liked it. He even liked it that it was Izuku who did it. He couldn't imagine liking it with anyone else. And did that mean he liked... Gag? Nope. He's not even considering that. He picked up the sandwiches in one hand, awkwardly picking up his coffee with the other, and booked it out the door and onto the cool streets. Izuku quickly followed after, bolting out the front doors to try to keep up with Katsuki's long strides. Kach! Wait! Jesus! Slow down! Izuku jogged behind him. Katsuki swiveled to turn to him, methodically avoiding his gaze, and handed him 2 of the sandwich bags, turning around to walk again.
Be useful, Deku,
Katsuki responded, carefully dulling his tones. The blonde's walls were back up, higher and more fortified than they'd ever been. He wouldn't feel anything for this bloodsucker, vehemently refusing to get caught up in this mushy bullshit, even if it meant he never hugged his sculpted body again, never kissed his boyish face, never got too close ever again. With shaking hands, a flushed face, and an unnaturally fast walking pace, he ventured back to the dorm, an awkward silence filling their entire walk back. Katsuki fucked up. Ooh. I feel like I chose such a slow burn for like a single stream fanfiction. It's so long. What do you mean he's not even gonna consider liking him yet? Please, please, bro, please consider it. Please consider it. It's getting late. Who is this?
No, I'm telling you, he would have told me if they were dating.
A manly voice sounded from behind the door to the dorm study room. Katsuki recognized Kirishima's raspy tone anywhere. The blonde halted his action to open the door, standing stark still as he eavesdropped. With his fast-walking pace, he had left Izuku behind some time ago. Izuku could have kept up, and that made Katsuki feel even worse for returning without him. As he stood at the door, overhearing his idiot friends, he was incredibly glad Izuku was lagging.
But did you see the way they looked at each other?
I've never seen Bakugo look like that. Mina's bubbly yet hushed tone piped up.
Same with Midoriya. He's not the type to just throw around praise, especially not like that.
The croaking voice of the frog-faced girl spoke. I don't know, Denki spoke, more serious than Katsuki had ever heard him. I don't want to be mean, I love the guy, but is Katsuki the type to date? The boy's awkward tone was met with a beat of silence. I can't imagine it, honestly. I don't think he's the type for love. Spoke Izuku's bubbly pink-cheeked friend. How much have we read? From the looks of it, like, we're getting close. I feel like we're like 80% through. It's close. It's close enough. I think we'll get there. That sent a cool, crushing feeling straight to the core of Katsuki's heart. It ached no matter how badly he wished it hadn't. Even strangers could see he wasn't built for the sweet times he shared with Izuku, wasn't meant for the love he received.
Come on, guys, he's not heartless. There's definitely something up with those two. I just don't think it's official.
Kirishima spoke, and Katsuki could picture his expression easily. Ever a pacifist, smoothing over conflict was one of his greatest skills. With that polite smile and pleading eyes, Katsuki was going to be sick. Oh, hi! Hi, Kaya! Thank you for raiding on Twitch. Hello, guys! Welcome, welcome. I'm Darcie. I'm reading BAKUDEKU Halloween fanfiction right now. Hope you had a good stream. Huh, I see. I believe our friends may have crushes on each other. Hi, Kaya! Hello, hello, welcome. Ida's voice boomed, everyone at the table breaking out in a cacophony of shushes. Thanks for following, Kaya. Welcome, Sneak. I mean, I see where you're coming from, Ida, but they don't act like they have crushes on each other. Katsuki felt his heart calm, even though he was unaware of its heavy beating in the first place. He would have to thank Sero sometime for being an occasional voice of reason. Mina began to speak. Yeah, they looked like they were in love. Wham! The door to the study room slammed open and cracked against the wall where Katsuki had kicked in inwards. His heart beat unevenly in his ears. Sweat beaded on his skin, and he felt like he might throw up. Real me when I have a crush. Throwing up immediately. Everyone at the table's eyes snapped to him, conversation halting immediately as their shocked and guilt-ridden faces all turned towards the explosive entrance by Katsuki.
Half of your fucking sandwiches are here.
He walked to the table, slamming the package down in the middle of the shared table, notes fluttering away with this action. Everyone avoided Katsuki's livid gaze, stewing in the silence. Wait, half? Denki asked, leaning over to the bag filled with them. Yeah, Deku fucked off somewhere with the rest of him. Dunno. Katsuki huffed, still annoyed with the betrayal of his friend's conversation as he bitterly shoved his hands in his pockets. Oh man, my tuna melt! Denki whined. The regular energy seemed to return to the room, guilty gazes washing off the students' features as they rummaged around for their sandwiches. Denki had that effect on people, buttering up even the stiffest of characters. Katsuki sat down in his seat. Thanks for following, Teddy. Sipping on his coffee while everyone happily chatted and peeled back the greasy paper to reveal the delightful sandwiches. Soon enough, Izuku walked through the door with the rest. Sorry guys, somebody left me behind. Here's the rest of your sandwiches, Izuku joked, setting down the next bag to the excited hoots and hollers of the sandwichless study group. Kachan's a sandwich snob, that's why he didn't get one, Izuku teased, waiting with bated breath for Kazuki's quip. Fucking whatever, Katsuki spoke, not sparing a glance at Izuku. He couldn't bear to look at the boy, especially not his wide eyes, after what his friends had said. Pink Cheek's words swirled in his mind that he wasn't the type for love. He didn't love Izuku, he knew that much. Sure, he liked the guy a little more than everyone else, even if that was horribly embarrassing to think about, but he also hated him. He hated what he was, and he couldn't change that. He hated his kind smiles, his smooth skin, his hypnotic freckles that Katsuki could trace all day. He hated how much he made Katsuki feel. Izuku recoiled at Katsuki's response, his face glazing over with hurt for a moment. Confusion swirling in his eyes. He returned to a slightly filled, happy smile, moving along to talk to his friends. Katsuki couldn't take it. He couldn't take feeling those eyes glancing over to him every few moments. He needed to get out of Izuku's space. He needed Izuku out of his before he did something really stupid. Katsuki shoved himself out from the table, his chair screeching and stopping the lively conversation. He quickly grabbed his bag, throwing it over his shoulder roughly. The blonde kept his eyes down, away from any of the confused glances of his peers. I've got to do something. Bye. No. Face your fears, Kachan. He turned away to leave mid-sentence. What, Kachan? Izuku called out. The green-haired boy was met with Katsuki's back as the blonde slammed the door on his way out, not sparing a second thought towards the vampire. Fucking bloodsucker. Damn. Damn. You don't gotta be like that just because you have a little crush, bro. I know, admit, it's love. That's what I'm saying. It had been 2 weeks, 2 extremely long weeks since Katsuki had spoken to Izuku. Damn! It's not that it was a mutual end. Nothing of the sort. Katsuki just needed space, and the only way he could think to get it was to push away the freckled vampire. Each nervous request for blood was met with a cold no. Aww! And a referral to suck someone else's blood instead? The first few times Katsuki had said that, Izuku had thought he was joking, maybe in a bad mood, maybe tired. By the 3rd day without Katsuki's blood, Izuku had no other choice. Even as Katsuki went through another full moon transformation, angry and bitter as he tore up his side of the room, Izuku's room remained entirely untouched. Maybe that said something, but Katsuki would surely choose to ignore it. If you ask Katsuki, Izuku was the first to break their agreement. He came back the next morning with a fresh face and color in his skin, and Katsuki hadn't expected it to hurt his heart as much as it had. Bro, the consequences of your own actions. Come on. Communicate. Tell your vampire boyfriend that you want to be with him again. Sure, Katsuki hadn't given him much of a chance, but he couldn't help but feel deflated at the sight. While Katsuki had struggled, his blood calling out to Izuku in the night, Izuku was elsewhere. That was Katsuki's final straw, sick of his aching heart. Soon enough, after countless measures left unseen, countless suggestions to hang out shot down, and enough awkward nights together, Katsuki and Izuku were back to square one, cohabiting strangers. Katsuki noted that when he came home, never thought much of it. Izuku sent longing glances, but knew he wouldn't get through the icky mile-high well Katsuki had sent between the two of them. What the fuck? Izuku went out every night, all night. Katsuki hung out with his friends at any opportunity he could take where he knew he wouldn't have to see Izuku's confused and bitter face. Katsuki no longer cataloged how soft Izuku's lips were, never thought about his calloused hands, and blocked him out entirely. Damn! Necessary Katsuki pining arc, though. I think this is how he realizes his feelings, by being alone. Maybe he left an Izuku-sized hole in his heart, but he couldn't bring himself to feel much about it. In fact, he couldn't himself to feel anything in those 2 weeks. Maybe that was why Kirishima spoke up. Kirishima set down the barbell with a light clang against the metal hooks, slipping out from underneath it with a huff of air. Sweat ran down his skin, his werewolf strength helping him greatly with his physical activities. He tended to do excessive amounts of reps to feel anything from gym equipment, this time no different. He felt a pair of eyes on him and glanced upward to see the concerned face of Kirishima poorly hidden by an awkward, toothy smile. Katsuki sighed. "Fucking what?" he asked, no bite in his tone. Kirishima clapped his hands down on Katsuki's shoulder, the weight of his slap barely making Katsuki move. "Dude, I know we don't, do this sort of thing, but I've gotta say something," he began, looking at Katsuki's face earnestly. Katsuki was already bored, his eyebrows laying unamused above his eyes. "Are you okay?" the redhead asked, his face contorting in an awkward fashion from the strange territory of conversation with Katsuki. The blonde wasn't the type to talk about his emotions, even if Kirishima was the most faithful in him actually having them. "The fuck's that supposed to mean?" Katsuki fired back, gritting his teeth. He shrugged Kirishima's large hand off his shoulder, pushing past him to use a new machine. Kirishima trailed behind him, continuing to talk. "Well, dude, you're just different," he spoke, trying to avoid Katsuki's temper. "You seem kinda depressed?" "Hi, Star. Thanks for following, Sneak. And before you start cutting me off, I'm only saying this as a bro, not telling you what you are," Kirishima hurriedly spoke. Katsuki sat down to do bicep curls. Okay, hold on 1 second, guys. Reading a message. Just responding to somebody. Okay, anyway. "Well, dude, you're just different," he spoke, trying to avoid. Oh, yeah, blah, blah. Kirishima. Okay, we already read this. "Dude, you seem down, and I care about you. So I was wondering if you maybe wanna talk?" Kirishima squeaked out, expecting an explosive reaction. Katsuki huffed, looking away from the redhead as he glared across the room at nothing. "Fat fucking chance," Katsuki mumbled. "See, that's what I'm talking about. That wasn't the explosive Katsuki I know. And by no means do I mean angry, you're just... there's no passion." Kirishima threw up his hands and leaned on Katsuki's machine, sighing. Katsuki wouldn't budge. "I'm fucking fine. Do you need something?" Katsuki spat, curling his arms with ease. Silence seemed to overtake the redhead, thinking about something intently as he worried his lip. "Does this have to do with Midoriya?" "Oh, Midor bro." "Midori bro." Kirishima spoke aloud, letting his thoughts slip. "Fucking who?" "Midoriya," Kirishima chirped. In a moment, a flash of explosive Katsuki was back. "Fucking no. Don't talk to me about that shit, nerd, fuck's sake." Katsuki growled, his face contorting in displeasure at the thought of the other man. His heart throbbed in his chest at the mention. "Whoa, okay, it definitely does." "Shut the fuck up or I'll rip out your lungs," Katsuki snarled, heart rate elevating. Kirishima snorted at Katsuki's crude language, as unaffected as ever. Well, whatever, let's say it doesn't. Do you want to do something to forget about your not Midora bro problems? Kirishima offered, flashing a grin down at Katsuki. Honestly, there was nothing Katsuki wanted to do more than forget about Izuku. Fucking sure, but not because I have stupid Deku problems, Katsuki spoke, returning to his subdued state. You like All Might, right? Katsuki perked up immediately, ever so slightly letting his excitement slip. Kirishima noticed, smiling wider at the boyish response. He's alright. Why? Katsuki continued curling his arms, his muscles beginning to twinge with exhaustion. Well, I just happened to acquire tickets to the pre-showing of the new All Might movie, only in select theaters, yada yada. Kirishima leaned against the machine coolly, swiping back his spiked hair with his fingers in a joking fashion. Oh my god. No, you fucking didn't. Katsuki grinned, slightly excited. Yeah, I did. And maybe there happens to be 2 tickets, and I couldn't think of anyone better to go with than my best bro. Kirishima crossed his arms. Oh, you beautiful bastard! Aren't you a Crimson Riot fanboy? What's with the All Might interest? Katsuki grinned, standing up from the machine to dap Kirishima up. Sorry, this visual is just so funny, him dapping him up over All Might movie tickets. Let's go, nerds! Dunno, you're free at 7 on Saturday though, right? Kirishima asked casually, checking his nails jokingly. Katsuki almost smiled. His friends weren't half bad. Yeah, you're paying for my fucking popcorn though. He already bought you tickets, calm down. Katsuki strolled into the movie theater, its warm lights ringing into the bitter evening air. I think it's a setup. I think Izuku's gonna show up for sure. Pushing through the doors, he was immediately met with the nostalgic smell of buttered popcorn and slushies. Children laughed as they ran past him in All Might merchandise. Women hung off the arms of their dates, the whole theater alight with excitement for the superhero movie. Yeah, right? Definitely he gave the ticket to Deku, right? We'll see. Katsuki remembered countless sights like this from his childhood. He had seen every All Might movie that was released before and during his time alive, always catching the newest movie released under the name. Fanboy was a word he would use to put someone down like Izuku, but he was most definitely on equal footing with obsession as the nerds he disliked. Katsuki strolled up to the meeting spot where Kirishima promised to meet him. Checking his phone, he was around 3 minutes early for their meeting time. He huffed, leaning against the wall. 3 minutes. That's so much time. While scrolling on social media, a pair of familiar sneakers faced towards him out of the corner of his eye. He looked up, meeting wild Viridian eyes. Dude. Outside of fiction, that would be awful. Your friend setting you up to hang out with your ex? No, yeah, Loki. Loki, I would be pissed off if one of my friends was like, oh my god, girl, you want to have some one-on-one time, just watch a movie, me and us besties together, and I was so excited for it, and I went out and they just replaced themselves with a guy I'm not talking to. I would be so mad, yeah, but it's okay because this is fan fiction. Everything's gonna work out. I don't know, it kind of sounds like All Might is dead in this fanfiction. Yeah, I'm just not addressing that. Sneakers mentioned, Pog. The fuck? Deku? Kachan? The room seemed to slow around them, their first interaction in around 10 days, reopening Pandora's box of emotions in Katsuki's chest. He immediately walled it off, returning to the present. The fuck are you staring at? Katsuki snarled, trying to pry Izuku's eyes off of him with pure willpower. The vampire stared at him wide-eyed, his jaw opening and closing like a fish as he thought of what to say. I'm supposed to meet Kirishima here. Why are you here? Izuku spoke bitterly, his voice pitchy and surprised at the arrival of the werewolf. Katsuki's face scrunched in disdain.
Huh? You fucking dumb? I'm supposed to meet shitty hair here for.
Katsuki trailed off, the dots connecting in his head much quicker than Izuku's.
That fucking scumbag.
Katsuki pulled out his phone, dialing Kirishima's number in an angry tapping flash. The line rang, going flat almost immediately.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Katsuki dialed again, fuming where he stood as Izuku watched helplessly.
Oh, what a surprise!
What's happening? Izuku questioned, feet planted firmly where he was standing, stuck in place at the shock of seeing Katsuki.
What's happening? What's fucking happening? Is that stupid piece of shit?
Oh, hey, Yancha! Hi, baby girl. Hi, thank you for the 5-month sub. BAKUDEKU in the big 2025. You know it, baby girl. I'm following my passions. Also, like, My Hero is having its last season, so it's like relevant, it's topical, it's fresh. Anyway.
What's fucking happening? Is that stupid piece of shit set us up to fucking go somewhere and resolve my stupid issues with you?
Katsuki shouted, heads turning to face the altercation in the noisy space. Katsuki paced, people avoiding the butter machine next to him as in fear of the waves of malice radiating off of him. You have issues with me? Izuku questioned, his tone seeming genuinely hurt. Katsuki ignored how that made his heart ache.
Fucking no! I don't even think about you enough to have issues with you, God!
Nice save. Katsuki pulled at his hair, suppressing the urge to punch a hole in the wall. Izuku seemed to deflate, his eyes watery with Katsuki's harsh admission. Katsuki was gonna kill Kirishima the next time he saw him. But at that moment, he knew what he had to do. He took a deep breath, releasing his spiky tufts of hair and looked down at Izuku.
Alright, give me your ticket. I'll return it to Kirishima after.
Katsuki held out his large hand. Izuku looked offended, holding his ticket closer. No way, I'm staying all night if it kills me. You give him back your ticket, Izuku shouted, more passionate than Katsuki had seen him in a while. Katsuki felt his veins pop out from his skin in irritation.
Are you fucking joking? I'm not giving up my ticket, dickwad!
Katsuki yelled, leaning into Izuku's irritated face. Hi, Hector, welcome.
Well, then I guess we're seeing this together, Izuku spat. There is no together. We just happen to be here at the same fucking time. Got it?
Katsuki growled. Fine.
Fine. Perfect. Fan-fucking-tastic.
They glared at each other. Enemies to lovers, Pog. Katsuki shoved Izuku to the side, his pissed expression wavering with surprise as he was forced out of the way. The werewolf rushed over to the concession line.
I can't believe I have to buy... Oh wait, who said this? I can't believe I have to buy my own fucking popcorn, damn it.
It hits, guys, it hits, I'm not gonna lie. I'm eating tonight.
Oh, I'm for sure gonna murder him.
Katsuki spoke under his breath, staring at the seat he was supposed to sit in right next to Izuku. The green-haired boy was intentionally avoiding Katsuki's harsh glare as he attempted to burn a hole through his face, sitting with a tense jaw and furrowed brows. Katsuki plopped next to Izuku, crunching on his popcorn miserably. He attempted to amp up his excitement to see All Might on the big screen again after so many years, but it was dampened by the vampire next to him and his stupid scent. Okay guys, I hate to say this, but I have to get water again. I have to go get water one more time because I'm reading so much that I drink so much water. So I'm gonna BRB one more time. And yeah, maybe piss or something. Another intermission. A real intermission for the fanfiction intermission before the movie starts. Burb. Oh my gosh. Ew, wait, I came back because there was a noise and my cat had knocked my tea onto my chair. Fuck, wait, I'm gonna get a paper towel. Hold on, BRB still. Ew, guys, ew. Ew, okay, I kind of cleaned it, but now I'm kind of sitting on like a slightly moist tea-covered chair. Ew. Fuck my life. Okay, gonna ignore that, gonna ignore that. I know, not my tea. It's okay, it was like almost empty. But now maybe I can absorb it through my skin and hydrate that way. Anyway, movie time. Katsuki plopped down next to Izuku, crunching on his popcorn miserably. He attempted to amp up his excitement to see All Might on the big screen again after so many years, but it was dampened by the vampire next to him and his stupid scent. The scent brought too many happy memories back to Katsuki, making his stomach churn. The popcorn was almost bitter from Katsuki's thoughts. Your cat wanted to spill the tea on BAKUDEKU. Good one. Yeah, it was actually like part of the bit, part of the scene setting. The commercials eventually stopped, not a single one sticking in Katsuki's brain as he willed himself not to focus on the boy sitting next to him, and the beginning credits began rolling. The movie was a spin-off of another, a second part to the most recent series where All Might was fighting some massive villain with an anti-version of his superpower. Oh, they're just watching the anime. Katsuki felt himself almost forget about the fidgeting nerd next to him when a soft voice spoke up over the opening scene. Makeup, makeup. What did I do wrong? Izuku whispered, leaning into Katsuki. His vermilion eyes rolled. Holy shit, they moved on from Viridian to vermilion? Crazy adjectives. His appetite soured as he set his popcorn at his feet. You want to do this here? Really? Katsuki whispered back, his voice in a growl. He watched Izuku tense at his words, still half watching the movie. What? Like I could ask you anywhere else? Where the hell have you been? Izuku whispered back, his voice rising in urgency as he spoke. Katsuki felt anger flare up in his chest. Dude, imagine your friend invites your ex to see this movie with you without your consent, and then the ex immediately during the movie that you're so excited to see, the opening credits, just starts talking about your problems. I'm just saying, I would be pissed. Yeah, you need breaks when consuming deep literature to let it sit in. Exactly, you get it. Katsuki felt anger flare up in his chest. That's fucking rich from you. It took you, what, 3 days for you to go find someone else to drink out of? Katsuki snarled. He felt his skin prickling against his body, irritation clouding his senses in a way only Izuku could cause. Yeah, wait, dude, that's not fair. He would starve. He would, like, die. Hey, don't turn that on me. You're the one who quite literally starved me. Izuku growled lowly. Yeah, so what? You're not exactly fucking easy to keep satisfied. Dude, bad excuse, L excuse. You're starving your vampire boyfriend, bro. Katsuki spat back, vitriol lacing his tone as he ripped his eyes away from the movie, meeting Izuku's pissed gaze. What was it? Was that why you cut me off without saying anything? His voice heavy. Cause I don't remember you reaching out to fucking talk to me, Izuku growled. Deku, don't act like what we had was anything but what it was. Talk to you about what? Katsuki rolled his eyes, heart squeezing from the look on Deku's and Izuku's face. You know what? 1 minute we're fine, better than we've ever been, and the next you push me away like I have the plague, Izuku spoke, his voice accusatory and emotion-riddled. Hey, I can't help it, we fucking are. You said it yourself, it's biology. Katsuki gripped his seat handles. Don't give me that bullshit. We're more than whatever the fuck we're supposed to be, whether you like it or not. Izuku growled, his voice ringing out. Katsuki groaned. Don't you get it? I don't want to be anything with you. I want you to leave me the fuck alone. Katsuki felt his lungs collapsing with every word, the statement feeling so foreign in his own body. You want something I can't give you, so just fuck off already. You know what? Oh my god, guys, it's happening. Izuku began before being cut off by a bright light shining in his face. I'm gonna need you two to come with me. Oh, I think they're being kicked out. Oh man. Duh. Fucking rich. You got us kicked out by fucking security, Katsuki snarled, walking down the steps to the parking lot. Oh, me? Please, why is everything with you always my problem? Don't... Izuku grabbed Katsuki's wrists harshly, clamping down on him as he pulled him to a halt. Stop fucking running from me! Talk to me! Izuku shouted, the words ringing out in the cool darkness of the winter sky. Katsuki tried to pull away, not able to move an inch in the vampire's strength. The world seemed to slow, the only sound filling the quiet parking lot being the boys' choked breaths. Katsuki broke the silence with a growl. You want me to talk? Fine, I'll fucking talk. Katsuki snarled, whipping around to face Izuku a step lower than him, making them eye level. Guys, this is so dramatic. This is crazy. This is crazy. I've hated you since I fucking met you. Everything about you makes me want to rip my goddamn eyes out of my head and eat them. Katsuki snarled, watching as Izuku's cheeks twinged pink and his eyes filled with tears. Everything about you irritates me. Maybe it's fucking biology. Maybe it's just you. I don't care. I can't stand to even look at you. So why? Katsuki felt his voice fail him, wavering in his statement. Why are you so fucking confusing? He shouted, the sound ricocheting off the walls of the theater. The warm glow from it lit up Izuku, casting Katsuki in his shadow as its breath came out in puffs of vapor in the cool air. You're so fucking sweet! You're kind! You're nice to me! Katsuki shouted, his hand gripping his jacket. I'm not built for shit like that. You make me feel fucking things that I don't feel ever, Katsuki shouted. Oh, this is kind of wholesome, guys. He's my poor baby's never felt love in his life. And god fucking damn it, it's scary! Katsuki met Izuku's eyes, full of tears streaming down his freckled face. Holy shit! He fought the urge to wipe them away. I mean, what? What even are we? Friends? Fat fucking chance? Rivals? In what? I've tasted your spit. We can't be anything like I've been before, so... Katsuki felt his voice crack, emotions welling up within him and threatening to explode. His heart felt like it might burst. I'm running away, okay? I give up. Whatever you're offering, God, I fucking want it, but I can't. Not me. Never me. Katsuki spoke, his tone evening out as he stared into Izuku's glass eyes. His chest rose and fell with the effort of his words, his breaths mingling with Izuku's in the cool air. Kachan, Izuku began, his voice heavy with the foreign emotion. Save it, Katsuki interrupted, his tone final and distraught. He yanked his hand out of Izuku's, storming off again as he practically ran down the steps from the boy. Kachan, get the fuck back here! Izuku spoke, a smile lighting up his words as tears streamed down his face. He sprinted after Katsuki. The vampire eventually grabbed hold of Katsuki's scarf, yanking him backwards as he nearly choked him to death. that would suck so bad. Choking via scarf is insane. Ow, what the fuck? Katsuki spoke, turning to face Izuku again. The boy smiled widely, tears coming out in fat waterfalls that covered his face and glistened in the light of the street lamp overhead. God, this boy is bawling his eyes out. Kachan, I've hated you since I met you too. Izuku spoke, still smiling. Wait, I kind of love it, guys. This is the love confession I have my dreams. I fucking love hateful love through like dramatic screaming. Katsuki felt his heart drop to the floor, utter confusion washing across his face as Izuku spoke. You're an asshole! A confusing asshole! I hated the way you smelled, the way you talked, even hated how much amazing human food you got to eat. Izuku spoke, eyes swirling like stars in the sea. But it was always you. I was always thinking of you. He's sobbing. Izuku hiccup a sob. Gotcha! You make me feel those scary things too! The things that make you want to barf up your guts from how nice they feel! Izuku spoke softly, reaching out to take Katsuki's warm hands in his cool ones. Katsuki felt his heart clog up in his throat, eyes widening as his cheeks flushed. I'm not gonna run away though. I'm running straight at those feelings for you. Izuku smiled at his shoes, ears bright pink. Kya! Kya! Guys, I'm eating this shit up. I'm not gonna lie. This is awesome. I wish I had popcorn for this moment. It feels like 100% tailor-made for you. Yeah, bro. The amazing world of BL. It just hits, you know? It just brightens my night. Izuku inhaled, puffing up his chest. Vermilion met Viridian? That's a fucking crazy sentence. Katsuki Bakugo, I've been in love with you for like a month. Izuku smiled up at Katsuki, canines glinting and cheeks warm. The tears flowed across his freckled cheeks, his voice heavy with admiration. And I think you might love me back. Izuku cried. His voice so soft it felt like it might break Katsuki's heart. Suddenly, Katsuki felt like he was hit with a tree, a 300-ton truck to the stomach. All of the air whooshed out of him, his brain seeming to light up with all of the right signals to understand. All of the deep-seated irritation when Izuku would treat anyone else the way he had treated Katsuki. All of the longing looks sent by both of them. The way he always knew when Izuku entered a room. The way he always looked for the boy before he even did. The heart-crushing feelings of something that threatened to consume him each time he touched the boy. Katsuki loved Izuku! Guys, why is my heart racing? Like, it's so cheesy and obvious, but I feel so pleased. I'm enthralled. IRL, they'd be ugly crying. Bro, I'm ugly crying. Fuck! Every time you glance over, you hear the craziest things. Guys, yeah, oh my god. What a blessing. He felt a smile creep across his features, lighting up his face and relaxing his stern brows. Bells sounded in his brain, a soft feeling piling up inside of him at the understanding of his feelings. His requited feelings. Oh, Katsuki mumbled happily. Oh? Izuku smiled up at Katsuki, stepping into his space. Katsuki shot his hand forward. I'm like trying not to scream because it's like midnight now and I'm so fucking annoying as a neighbor. He captured Izuku's face in between his calloused hands. He pulled him inwards, meeting his lips in a sweet kiss that seemed to cool every rushing thought that had clouded Katsuki's mind for weeks. They pressed against each other, smiles making their lips hard against their face, teeth clacking from the toothy, uncontrollable grins. Oh, my babies! When they parted, Katsuki noticed snowflakes landing on Izuku's eyelashes, their bright white beauty staying intact against his cool skin while they melted on Katsuki. Huh, first snow, Katsuki whispered to Izuku, tracing his features with his eyes. Izuku smiled widely, wiping his eyes of the tears and subsequently the snowflakes. New beginnings or something like that, he whispered back. Dude, I feel like I'm getting hiccups. What's happening to me? The two boys held each other in the cool winter evening, the warm street lamp lighting up their hair in a halo-like glow as they looked into each other's eyes. Katsuki wasn't made for things like this. At least that's what he thought. Something about Izuku's shimmering eyes made him really truly believe that biology was bullshit and Katsuki was his own person. Izuku let out a giggle and Katsuki squeezed his hand.
So does this mean we're boyfriends or some shit?
Katsuki asked, the words leaving his mouth tainted in tone by his soft smile. Izuku's smile dropped, confusion tilting his brows as he grinned in disbelief at Katsuki.
Wait, what did you think we were before?
Wait. Guys, that's the end. That's so funny. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yay! Oh my god. Yay! Sorry, neighbors! Sorry, I'm so annoying. I'm a fucking annoying Fujoshi at midnight. Woo-hoo-hoo. Aww. Wait, what did you think we were before? That's so cute. Guys, I love a happy ending. Okay, and technically there is a second chapter, but it's like an epilogue, and we're definitely not gonna read the epilogue because we do not have time for that. But yeah, I know that was like low-key a little sudden, but I get it. It was like a catchy last ending moment. He was like, so what are we, boyfriends? Kachan, we've been boyfriends this whole time. Bazinga. What an ending. Yeah, they define their relationship, so yeah, suppressed Fujo squee. Yeah, we did it. I feel satisfied. I think that was a pretty good spot for it to end, honestly. Like, there couldn't be much more. They get together. They could have added more like drama or like whatever later on to make it a long story, but for a one shot, I would say pretty freaking good. It's 7 a.m. for you, Tyler. Holy shit. Wait, did you just wake up? No, you've been here before. You've been here. Oh my god, you're pulling an all-nighter for this? You have the spirit of a Fujo inside of you. Yeah, chat survived the BL. Yes. I think chat, or the BL is like reinvigorated chat, honestly. You guys are staying up until 7 a.m. and shit. It's actually like providing lifeblood. I'm serious. Yeah. Hi, skateboard hopper, welcome. Good morning, night. Thank you. We just finished the fan fiction. Long night of work. That was a long stream. Honestly, what was that, bro? That was like almost 4 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy for me. Oh wait, that means it's officially Halloween though, guys. Well, for me anyway, it's officially midnight now, so happy Halloween for realsies, guys. Spooky day. Hell yeah, that was so nice. I honestly, not to be crazy, but after this, I have another fan fiction that I'm currently reading that I'm just gonna continue reading. Like, I'm not gonna stop reading yaoi. The yaoi train continues. Oh, and my friend Mocha sent me that one Kirishima Bakugo fanfiction that she wrote. So, dang, I was hoping I'd have some more time to look at it on stream, but that was so long. So I'll have to read hers off stream, but I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for that. Maybe I need to write my own Halloween fan fiction. It's actually such a trope for your pairings to have a Halloween fanfic about them. Like, every pairing that I've looked up, they have like holiday scenarios. Halloween, Christmas is a really big one, obviously Valentine's Day, but you know, it's like you gotta hit the milestones. But Halloween's fun because there's like different scenarios. The werewolf vampire shit is cool. I don't even know if it was technically Halloween in this story. I kind of don't think so. I kind of don't think it was even Halloween, but it has the Halloween tag. So it was like, it's vampires and it's werewolves. That's Halloween enough. I'll take it. Yeah. But yeah, they could like be going into haunted houses, and then there's like romantic holding each other's arms, they're scared vibes, or sometimes they play like drinking games and stuff. This one I actually liked a lot more than I expected to like. Hi, 144k Meta, thank you for following, Snake. But fanfics are always hit and miss. Like I have taste, you guys. I would say I have taste. I'm very picky. Like if I read a couple paragraphs of a story and I don't like it, I'll stop reading it, you know, as is normal. But I was planning to just kind of stick it out for stream regardless of whether I liked it or not, because I wanted to get through a Halloween story. But actually I was very pleasantly surprised. Like the slow burn was built up so well. The tension, bro, they're like enemies, and then they're roommates. There's like so many tropes going on, and they're at the party, they get jealous of each other. Oh my god, what's happening? Is he cheating on me? And then they like have a contract to stay together. There's just so many, like every yaoi trope I could have possibly wanted bundled into one 4-hour reading sesh, and that's beautiful. Pog, you're never in doubt. That's valid, that's valid. Yeah, well anyways, it's really late, so I think it's time to wrap it up. But I'm going to set up a YouTube raid. I'll do YouTube raid. Unless, should I do Twitch raid? I'm like, who's streaming? Is anyone I know streaming? It's so late now that I don't know who's streaming anymore, because people's schedules change. You know what? Maybe let's do a Twitch raid today. I haven't done one in a while. Yeah, meow 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 meow. Let's do that. And I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys have a good spooky Halloween. Get tricked, get treated. Get tricked and treated, besties. And my raid message is sneak attack for the Twitch raiders, by the way. So yeah, let's all go to bed. I think it's all past our bedtimes. Is the vibe that I'm getting. So I think that would be really good for us. Let's go. Let's go. Thanks everyone for sticking it out. That was a really long one, and it was just like a audio experience. Was that ASMR? It was kind of ASMR. I tried. All right. Well, sweet dreams. I mean, spooky dreams. Nightmare, 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 nightmare. Bye-bye.